Check. There we go. Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We are going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is Ron's Keto Cafe, and this is somebody who has been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Superchat family for quite some time. And I've had a good time going through some of his videos because he does a very quick yet thorough job of bringing us a lot of recipes. And for anybody that's trying to be, let's say, health conscious or weight conscious, or, you know, the different motivations that we have to think about a keto-based diet or lifestyle, Ron's Keto Cafe is able to show us interesting food combinations. So, you know, we're not kind of thinking about the same things all the time. He also brings us through his journey. And then occasionally he'll live stream as well. So there's lots on the channel. 771 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push him a little bit farther towards the 800 that he's thinking about. Ron's Keto Cafe is our featured channel for today. And we've... Oh, have I got the screens all mixed up? Oh, my dear goodness. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Okay, pardon me for a quick second while I figure out how I'm going to move these things around here. And thank you everybody for your patience. We'll get to some introductions in a moment as well. And pardon me because I rejigged my whole setup today. So between the mouse, the keyboard, the green screen, the camera, and everything else, I'll get it sorted in a quick second. I didn't realize what I was doing there. I have to do this while the screen is on. So pardon me while I try to figure this out. And I just got to select the other display, hopefully, maybe. There we go. Okay, pardon me for that. And such a clunky intro. Forgive me, Ron's Keto Cafe, who's in the chat, our featured channel for today. So we'll almost start over, but thank you everybody for coming in. And Neil Collects, thank you for that gifted membership. Rushingman Mountain, thank you for... renewing yours, my dear goodness. Scratch and PPA, welcome back. I know everybody will be very happy that Scratch and PPA is back in the house. It almost feels like the stars have aligned today. But of course he'd make it back on the day that I'm making the most number of mistakes, and I promise you I make as many mistakes as anybody else, as you can see, but we just push forward, and now that we're on episode number 609 of this particular live stream, I promise you by the time we get to episode 627 nobody's even going to remember it anymore. So whenever you make mistakes on your own channel, you just want to jump right by them. Now Ron's Keto Cafe actually does a very professional job in his videos, and I described a little bit of it. You probably heard me but couldn't see what I meant, but he brings us a lot of recipes on his channel. These are usually in the videos, as well as his weight loss journey. Actually, he brings a little bit more variety in the videos as well. Here we go, like week 157 keto results, talking about his own personal journey. But a lot of these recipes, like I said, are quite short but thorough. Like, for instance, sweet and sour chicken. He'll teach us how to make peach cobbler in a mug. He'll do some bacon-wrapped pickles, which is the first time I've seen anything like that. But he's also very personable. He also lets his community know he cares very much about them. He started with shorts, and hopefully those will continue as well. And then, like I said, occasionally he live streams. I'm hoping to catch him for one of these. I've got my notification on for the one that's coming up tonight in about 5 hours from now. And the notification bell is on for every channel, of course. We always do that, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So, our featured channel for today, Ron's Keto Cafe, is in the chat right now, and I hope everybody will help push this channel along towards the 800 we know that they're thinking about. I see they've got a newer video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. And then we feature a different channel every single day on TuberChat based on impact and generosity that I've seen within our community. We do that across all of our social networks. so that you literally have the opportunity to meet hundreds of loyal and dedicated supporters. We do that across Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, and on the thumbnails of our videos, as you have seen. Rushing Wind Mountain is being added to the wheel. Michael's Adventures is already up there in the pole position with Scratch and PPA, of course, who's back from his vacation in Italy. So I hope everybody will join us in welcoming Scratch and PPA back into the Tuber Chat live streams. He is, of course, a shining jewel in our Tuber Chat family. Don Ray B is getting added to the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. After a little while, I will go through our chat list and add some names to our wheel based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. So that's a little bit of a hint there. I've got a robot that helps me keep track of that. Butler Family Farm is in the house. I've got a lot of introductions to go through, so thank you everybody, especially for your patience today. It's going to be the longest intro in history. Hopefully everybody enjoyed that. So we don't need blooper videos on Tuber Chat. You can just rewatch this intro, and that will be enough to keep everybody laughing for a while, I'm sure. Especially while everybody in the chat is trying to help you. You know, if you make a mistake and you're not reading the chat. Barb's Country Home is in the house as well. If you can't laugh at yourself, what are you going to do, right? I think I see Emotion, and the Stock Explorer's been here for a little while already. Let me double check that I'm right about that. I might be mistaken. Emotion might not be here right now. He celebrated a birthday the other day, actually, and am I going to make a horrible mistake in my life? Oh, dear goodness. I'll bet you that I am. I got to look at something on the side, too. We're missing things. I might have missed something extremely important today by not looking at my notifications. Butler Family Farm, Rushing Wind Mountain, Don Ray B, they're all on the wheel. Barb's Country Home is there. If I miss anybody, I'll get you on there for sure in another moment. Neil Collects is going to come up as the first channel we're going to look at, because they actually gifted a membership, which I think was picked up by Michael's Adventures, as a matter of fact. Yellow Shirt Dad and Canadian Family Life were early in the door. ItsDBankroll is here. Tend the sheep where you are. Don't pass them by is also in the house. Broken Hearts Ministry is Gail's Southern Living with a third channel now. All that fluff and stuff comes to us from Australia. Just Jason Keto's a fellow Canadian. Dutch Fly 61 brings us skywatching. Roadhog brings us scrap metal work and refurbishing of products. Charlene Heel brings us motivation and inspiration, and Rushing Wind Mountain comes to us from the homesteading community of channels. Cabaret Gaming is a long time friend. I'm going to get them onto the wheel as well. I have caught them countless times in live streams. They've been a friend of about 3 years now, I believe, as well. Big Dude's in the house. Coco Mojo 13 is here. And Big Dude actually has a stream coming up any minute now, so he'll be getting ready for that. The Stock Explorer, did I put you on the wheel? I might not have put you on yet. And I know I'm missing a little bit in the chat too, so forgive me for that. All that fluff and stuff gifted a membership again, and Big Dude just picked that up, so I just put them on the wheel actually right now. But thank you for that. All that fluff and stuff, she's done that countless times as well. We'll look at her channel almost right after Neil Collects. I got one more to go, and forgive me, I still got lots of introductions to do. We are way behind. And did Neil Collects come in and do that again? Oh, Neil Collects just gifted another membership, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm sure that our recipients will be happy for those. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by, has dropped a super chat again. She's done that countless times. Thank you for that. And for that reason, we'll put her channel up on the screen right after Neil Collects, and then we'll look at all that fluff and stuff, and soon after we will start spinning the wheel. I know we've got quite a few more channels in the chat. For anybody that was here momentarily and is just sitting in the background right now, forgive me if I miss your name. Bronze Flat Powered God, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities is a second channel from Charlene Heel. Deb Somerville, good to see you in the house for what I believe might be the first time. And Follow the Bradley's Fun, good to have you here. Food and Glam, good to have you back. Get to the Farm is in the house. As well as Granny Filming again, Jesse Miller Unboxings and more, who supports on all of my channels. John Paul, it's great to have you back in the chat. Lenny the Lawyer Live, my dear friend, thank you for keeping the chat active before we started the stream today. Moon Boots, good to see you in the house. Nez Lover is here. I just caught them for a live stream yesterday, I think. Sister Yoshi, good to have you in the house. Social Couplepreneur comes to us. That is Bluehouse Travels Travel Services with a second channel, and It's Me Alec is in the house. I also see my dear friend Ace Flaw One. That's Andy. He's been with Superchat for since before it was even a thought, as a matter of fact. He's been a friend over 3 years. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to everybody. Do I see Mike and Rihanna's adventures are coming in. Oh, I'm struggling today. We got a different keyboard. And my keys are out of place now. And Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is in the house. I'm going to get them on the wheel. And Ron's Keto Cafe might be getting a record beginning to a stream. This might be a record-setting feature for today. But for anybody that hasn't met him yet, he's another very supportive creator. I'm always happy to see people bringing informative content to YouTube. I have a lot to learn when it comes to things that everybody's doing when it comes to eating healthier, living healthier, particularly when it comes to keto-based diets and lifestyles, because there's a lot to be learned. I'm sure there's a lot of controversy and conversation to go along with it, but we've got a few channels now in the Tuber Chat family that are talking specifically about keto, and it's great that we've got so much information. Dear friend Jason Keto will say, you know, we're just trying to get information out there so that people can hopefully be inspired. Little changes here and there can really be helpful. Dark Swordsman Gaming, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. They've done that countless times, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And for that reason, Dark Swordsman Gaming will come up right after all that fluff and stuff. We're treating gifted memberships just like super chats these days, and then we will start spinning the wheel soon. And then, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I'm not sure if I put Ace Flaw One on the wheel. I meant to do that, pardon me. And then we'll get moving. And the lesson we learned today is when you switch your equipment up, even if it's the simplest thing, you must test and test and test to make sure everything's running before you start your stream. Otherwise, you could end up with a record-setting introduction by accident. And, pardon me, I'm looking for one more thing in the background here. Oh, I can't see what I'm looking for. I'm going to have to figure something out in a few minutes here. Okay, pardon me. Let's keep going. And if one of our friends in the chat knows what I'm looking for, I'm trying to make sure if I've got the date right. I was not looking at my calendar and I might have missed something very important. It might be today, it might be tomorrow, but it's coming any second now. And I don't mean to miss that. I specifically make notes, which I do occasionally look at, but not every day. And I'm just making sure I got Don Ray B on the wheel. I did. We're looking at Neil Collects next. So Ron's Keto Cafe, thank you for the short yet thorough recipes. I plan to take some inspiration from his channel. When I feature a channel like that, I like to go through a lot of their content all at once, usually 3, 4, let's say 5 videos. And when you watch somebody's content all at once in that way, you might pick up on a couple of details you might not have caught by casually watching things over weeks and months. Yes, Michael's Adventures, that's what I was looking for. So pardon me, I was dreading the idea that I missed it. I just looked at the date today and I don't have the right book with me. I left a couple of things in Toronto, and I'm in Niagara today, of course. And I left my keyboard, I left my mouse. I had to borrow these off Kristen. My book with my notes from a few months ago is not here. I use, I'll show you what I use, just because we're talking about it. But I just use these simple school books, right? They're, you know, $1, whatever they are at the dollar store. And I just write notes on these. I usually have a page for every day, but the first few pages of the book or the last few pages are meant for important things like dates and things that I can go back and look at. Once in a while, I don't have all my books with me, but I tend to use them. And then all that fluff and stuff, pardon me, you're mentioning the music channel. I'm not sure what you mean to see. I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you meant to say. And then forgive me, everybody that might have mentioned something that you meant for me to see in the chat. If you've mentioned anything at all that you specifically wanted me to see, for sure I missed it. So if you don't mind, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber, Chat, Connect, and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around, whether it's a question or a comment. And Experience Africans is in the house. I know I missed another channel. Slim Jim Longfoot is here. LSP, the freckle-faced artist. Good to have you in the house as well. And thank you, Cabaret Gaming. Yes, those highlighted milestone messages knock some life off of our stream boss, which is cool as well. So Neil Collects is a channel that I'm just getting to know. They've been with Tuber Chat for a little while now and already shown to be an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, for which I'm grateful. They talk about collecting a lot of different things, and I believe we met this creator through the numismatic collectible coin community. I'm a big fan of precious metals, so I'm always curious to see the mix of what people have going on. But Neil Collects is collecting a lot more than that. Cards, action figures, almost anything that can be collectible. So I'm just going to grab his latest video and put this in my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to stay caught up with him. And then, yeah, no, all that fluff and stuff, thank you for mentioning that. There's a live stream that's set, but it's on the community tab, and it's set for like a year and a half from now. But that's just so that when we're not doing a raid on any of our other streams, I can automatically redirect everybody into that, because that channel could still use some help, right? The subscribers are up around 700 now. The hours have fallen right off, but we do intend on keeping that channel going. And what happens is, while we try to raid somebody almost every day, sometimes creators haven't set their community settings to allow raids in the way that a lot of us do. So there's a checkbox that you can use to say, let anybody that I'm subscribed to raid my channel and accept raids from anybody I'm subscribed to. Something along those lines. Forgive me for not having it in front of me. But once you set that, anybody can raid into you. But many times I have intended on raiding channels. They don't have the setting. So we'll still drop the link here at the end of the stream and get ready to go over. But we can't automatically live redirect. But since we have an audience, we might as well redirect them somewhere else then, right? Vase Place, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. The Mustard Drill, I've really been enjoying those morning shows. I've had a very busy 2 weeks. I filled my plate way too full the last little while, so I've been a little bit off from what I was most of the summer, but that all calms down starting literally today. But the Mustard Drill and a few other creators like Eddie Lugo Studios and Cruising is Fun Anytime, they do a a great morning live show, and I'm really happy to see it when I can. Rambling with the Brooms, good to see you in the house. Trish the Natural is also here. I'm going to get them onto the wheel because they both happen to be members. Rambling with the Brooms also happens to be a moderator. And let's talk more about Neil Collects. I'm going to start trying to move it today because, boy, have I really got us behind. And thanks again, everybody, for the patience. So Neil Collects dropped a super chat. That's why we're looking at this channel right away. Lots of videos on the channel talking about the different collectible things. Here's a lot of numismatic collectible coins. A little bit of variety on the channel we see with some shorts videos, getting into some delicious looking content actually, and then the usual suspects are here. Spider-Man, a lot of Funko Pop, I'm sure, Super Mario of course, and I'll look forward to seeing what they've got going on. I'm hoping I can catch them for a live stream as well. So they're doing a bit of video gameplay in amongst their variety here, which is cool. So Neil Collects has a lot going on and a lot of information on their About page to let us know what to expect from the channel. I'm hoping we can push this channel a little bit farther towards the 1,200 subscribers they're thinking about, and then we will be happy to have the support coming back from Neil Collects that we've seen here in the Tuber Chat family, if that makes sense. So thank you again for gifting those memberships. I really do appreciate that. Forgive me if I made a mistake and said you dropped a super chat. What I meant to say was that they gifted some memberships, and I really do appreciate that. It's an extremely generous thing to have done. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. Drop the super chat. We still got another couple of channels to go through before we start spinning the wheel. And then it's, pardon me, Deb Somerville is new here today. So forgive me, I really jumbled our intro today. I usually do a much better job of introductions. You'll see that hopefully the next time you're here. But for anybody that is brand new today, I hope you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators that will come through the chat today. Everybody will be willing to connect. Please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Marketplace Boutique is also in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But after a long period of time, usually 2 hours or so, we will put some names on the wheel from our chat list. And that's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. When we look at the channel on the screen right now, Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By, this is actually a longtime friend of at least a couple of years now. But she reset and restarted her channel and seeks to inspire us in a spiritual way. You'll find that right away when you get there. She's already climbed over 110 subscribers now, which is great. The shorts on the channel are already starting to move into well over 800. She'll have 1,000 on some of these shorts in no time if she continues to post, I'm sure. There's our friend, used to be Kitty Mom Adventures, but this is Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By now, doing a few live streams and a lot of scripture as well, but we're also getting into a lot of variety when we look at these videos. So I'm going to grab the latest one. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up. Thank you again for another super chat. She's done that countless times, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Oh, yeah, that's okay. Holly's Adventures. Things like super chats and memberships here in Tuber Chat are absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. What I'll do is I'll put Holly's Adventures channel up with Dark Swordsman Gaming. I know these creators support each other very much, but they've also done those kind of things countless times, both. Shanster Travels, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And there's all kinds of glitches going on with YouTube all the time. Usually they tend to fix things within a couple of weeks, but not always. And one of the things that's going on right now is you might find yourself in a live chat, whether it's a premiere or a live stream, finding your messages being deleted and getting an error message from YouTube. That was happening again last night to somebody I saw in a chat, and it had been happening to me for about 2 weeks in different people's streams and premieres and things like that. So if we just wait it out, at some point they usually fix those things. The number one thing we do when we have a problem is reset our device. Even in 2023, as much as it shouldn't matter, it still does. So we can just reset our phone or our computer, and magically sometimes things start working. And Granny filming again. Hopefully I said hello earlier. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. I certainly don't mean to, as long as everybody's still active. We should get around to everybody. Big Dude says they've been having that problem with messages being deleted. All that fluff and stuff is up here right now. Now, they gifted a membership as well. They've done that countless times before also. And I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We're treating those like super chats these days, so we got them on the screen right away. In the meantime, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Freedom Redbird, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And yeah, those kind of things happen, Holly's Adventures. But still, I'm going to put your channel up with Dark Swordsman Gaming, because they dropped a super chat already. I know you two support each other all the time, and not to mention you've both done that kind of thing a million times here in Super Chat, and I'm grateful for that. All that fluff and stuff has been a friend of what I think is getting on 3 years now. She comes from the Whit Sundays and brings us a look at Australia, usually on the water. She started with things like reef fishing, mud crabbing, snorkeling, and live streams out on the water, simply fishing, and has really expanded the content over a long period of time. So a lot more produced videos lately, but she's also done a lot of live streams, and some of those were collaborations with other creators, even getting into cooking live streams. And things like that, which is cool. So we'll see if she's going to continue those. Shorts on the channel have really moved. We can see that some of these are getting into 5,000, 6,000, even 8,000, one over 14,000 views, which is great to see, and we'd love to push this creator a little bit farther towards the 4,400 subscribers that they're thinking about. Of course, they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So thank you again, all that fluff and stuff, very fondly known as Fluffy. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and like I said, she's done that countless times. Wheaton Shaw, good to see you in the house. King Morgan, good to have you back. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. If anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. Helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. VJ's Crochet, I know you've been here since the beginning, not sure if I said hello. And we will be back in 3.5 minutes. Dark Swordsman Gaming dropped a super chat. We're going to look at them in Holly's Adventures, and then we should start spinning the wheel. Alright, we are back and about to look at Dark Swordsman Gaming. Let me just let YouTube know with my filters that I'm looking for a channel. You could do that on a phone or on a computer. We'll get to spinning the wheel shortly. And thank you again, Neil Collects, for dropping another gifted membership. That's 3 in one day. So thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. It's overly generous. And I'm sure our recipients appreciate it as well. Forgive me if I've missed anybody that might be in the chat or any members that picked those up. I'll get you onto the wheel as soon as I see, if I have not already done so. And, oh, Holly's Adventures picked up the membership, it looks like, which is great. And then Dark Swordsman Gaming is up here right now. We're actually going to look at both of those channels right away as it is. Holly's Adventures and Dark Swordsman Gaming. I noticed that they happen to support each other. You know, you hop into somebody's live stream or premiere and you see familiar faces. And I'm always happy to see people supporting each other. And in the case of Dark Swordsman Gaming and Holly's Adventures, they've both been doing that for a while. I see Dark Swordsman Gaming's got some extra videos here that I haven't seen. He just put one out, actually. So I'm going to take the latest one and put that in my catch-up list. That's just a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. And playlists can be a great tool for that. And then I'm going to look in the live streams as well. So they are live streaming frequently, but it looks like I caught them the other day. So we've always got notification bells on for every channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and catching as much content as we can. So when Dark Swordsman Gaming is live streaming, likely we'll be able to catch them more often than not. And yeah, Michael's Adventures picked up another gifted membership today. They can be picked up frequently. It's always somewhat random. We've seen a couple of times now people get a gifted membership who are brand new in the channel that day, but active, I must say. And then as well, we've seen them go to just about anybody else as well. So it's the YouTube algorithm picks that up and decides. We don't get a chance to influence that. But it brings fun, if not frustration, right? And then Dark Swordsman Gaming, thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. Like I said, they've done that countless times before, as has Holly's Adventures, who just picked up a gifted membership as well. So let's see what Holly's Adventures has got going on. She brings similar content in video gameplay, both in videos as well as live streams, but also some shorts that bring variety. And one of the things, for instance, from Holly's Adventures is they went on a cruise. It's been a few months now, but they did bring us that content on the channel as well in live streams and videos, and I think a short as well, which is cool, as they also mix up the video gameplay. And hopefully I'll catch you for one of these live streams soon. It looks like it's been a while. Let's look at the shorts on the channel, and we see that the shorts that Holly's Adventures has got here have gotten into 3,300, 4,100, even 4,600 views, which is great to see. And she's at 499 subscribers right now. So I'm hoping we can push her up and over that important milestone of 500. And then we'll check in and see how our hours are doing, see if we can hopefully get that channel monetized soon enough as well. Thank you, Lenny the Lawyer Live. And then, yes, Deb Somerville is pointing out you had to turn on the gifted membership possibility. Scratch and PPA gave us the instructions, which now are copied, pasted, and dropped by Nightbot whenever that kind of thing happens. Oh, that's interesting, Wheaton Shaw. Yeah, it could have changed. I'll have to have a look and see if it's been updated. My understanding is that now when you have the opportunity to receive gifted membership, it's supposed to be for all channels at once instead of having to do it one channel at a time. Tommy Temper, my dear friend, thank you very much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. Coming in blazing with generosity today. Tommy Temper is a restreamer who brings a lot of different content with permission of course, and we actually met through my other channel while he was covering some other stuff, and what he does is promote channels as well and bring some extra traffic over, for which I'm grateful. Tommy Temper also will take you out for a variety of different vlog type videos, and because he dropped a super chat, we're just looking at this channel right now. So he's already over 3,700 subscribers and monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats when we get there, I believe. And then when we look at videos, we see that this creator has been posting just about once a week, actually. Most of the videos are quite short, but he's got some official shorts videos as well. Some of these have gotten into 3,000 and 4,000 views. One over 7,800 and another one over 12,000, which is great to see. And then when we get into live streams, we see that he streams frequently. He's doing all kinds of different content. This is an example of, I think some of these will be an example of when he's restreaming. You know, he's got a few screens going on at a time, and then what he'll do is pick whichever one is most active and add commentary. And like I said, he always drives traffic over as well. So thank you again for the super chat, Tommy Temper. He's done that many times before, and I really do appreciate that extra generosity. So now it's time to spin the wheel. We'll get that done. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Barb's Country Home is coming up right now on the screen. That's another longtime friend, and I see her out supporting others all the time. Paul's Green Space is in the house as a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. And they'll take Barb Country Home's place. And Barb's Country Home right now is sitting well over 1,000 subscribers, but getting close to 1,100. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit closer. This is a creator who will post frequently and comes to us from the homesteading community of channels. So I group a lot of different categories together there. We talk about farming, ranching, gardening, camping, even fishing, outdoor hiking, and things like that as well. Just about anything outdoors, even though a lot of the content comes indoors. A lot of these creators also bring us a lot of product reviews, which are interesting. We've seen the mini chainsaw from Saker or Saker. Forgive me, I don't have one yet, so I've seen the name on a few channels, but this is a cool tool. And this looks like another product review, which is great. Looks like some canning videos and some cooking videos, which is great on the channel. Let's look at the shorts and see how these are doing. We see that these have started to get into 2,700, 3,600, and one breakout shorts video over 22,000 views, which is great to see. I hope everybody will connect with Barb's Country Home. Obviously, a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, but I see them out supporting other creators all the time as well. Scraptastic Crocheter, good to see you in the house. Killer Clown Gaming Jory, good to have you here. That's another longtime friend. They've changed their name a couple of times. Coastal Water, yes. If you saw you missed the beginning of today's stream, you would have seen, what did she call us? Murtastic. It was Bungletastic earlier today, but all in fun, of course. So that's Barb's Country Home. I hope everybody will connect with them. It's time to spin the wheel, so I'll get that done right this second. And if anybody would like to swap playlists for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then hopefully Bautissimo's on the case as well. We do that roll call that was inspired by Coastal Water, but it's a way to check the robots, and you have to add that command or something like it if you'd like to each of the robots individually, but allows you to put one command in the chat and just make sure they're showing up, because like everything else online, it's possible to have a glitch. Streamlabs often shuts itself off, and I don't know why that is after all this time. But especially when you're making promises, you want to make sure that you can keep up with these robots and have one replace the other if you need to. Nightbot, I think we've always been lucky with. Even Bottissimo, which is a paid one, has taken the day off a couple of times. And Monster-tastic, yes, actually, Monster Time was a while ago. I don't know if I'm going to do double Monster today. It might not have to happen. And then, yeah, Lenny the Lawyer Live mentioned Google Gemini at the beginning of the stream, and I went and looked that up. So it looks like an expansion on Google Bard, which is their version of a language model similar to something like ChatGPT. So Google Gemini will likely go much further and combine, if I understand right, the idea of a language model like ChatGPT, which can draw on information, and you ask a question, it gives you a response. It can write out speeches for you or scripts or give you lists of tags or lists of different things. It does not include the current internet. There's a cutoff date, and I forget if it's 2020-ish. For ChatGPT, but Google Bard apparently uses the internet, and the trouble with that is that we catch a little bit more misinformation, apparently. But I haven't had enough experience with any of them yet to be able to know myself for sure. I've used ChatGPT lots and lots and lots of times and found great success with it. But I still insist that in 99% of cases, when we're using the AI tools for, let's say, our YouTube channels or our social media, we still got to go through it and give it the human touch. I don't know the truth about detection, whether Google's going to know that something was spit out by a ChatGPT-like engine and then suppress it. I don't know if I quite believe that. There's always rumors surrounding everything these days. But I've had success using it. And there's lots of different tips and tricks you can use. I'm looking forward to AI continuing to expand. So as technology changes as well, this is pure opinion that I'm mentioning right now. A lot of times, most of the time, people do not like change in general, psychologically, right? And every time one of these social networks changes something, or when a new technology hits the mainstream, we see a wave of people saying, this is going to destroy the world, this is going to ruin everything. So it's not the same thing, but let me relate it to a story. When I was a young lad, very, very long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, they had a talk in a marketing class that I had taken, I think, in 10th grade. And they said, ATMs are out now, these automatic teller machines, and we're not going to need people in the bank anymore because the machines are going to take all their jobs. As all of us know, that's not true. It actually created other jobs, and there may or may not be just as many people working in the bank today. Around my area in Toronto and Niagara Falls, it seems like there's just as many tellers as there ever were. So things change all the time. And a lot of people are saying, like AI is going to be bad for us, going to destroy the world, the robots are coming to get us and everything else. Hey, anything's possible, or at least I like to believe anything could be possible. But I also like to make my own decision for which side of the fence I'm going to be on when technology changes. And in the case of YouTube, we decided to be on a certain side of YouTube. We are not as much consumers as we are creators in our group here, let's say, and our different groups that spider out from the Tuber Chat family, if that makes sense. When it comes to AI, my suggestion for everybody is to learn what it can do and how to use it for yourself, even in the smallest way, even if it's just experimenting, even if you want to hide behind VPNs and everything else, which I don't think matters, but it could. Because that lets you have firsthand experience in understanding these things, so we don't have to be worried about it. Because pretty soon, if not already, you're going to put YouTube videos out and people are going to start commenting about how AI is going to come and, destroy everything and blah, 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 blah. So I could be wrong. Of course, I've been corrected more than once in my life, believe it or not. But in that case, like I said, I just want to know how these things work, and I use a little bit. So forgive the long-winded speech there, as I usually get into And Lenny Laura Live says banks are closing branches in the U.S. So I haven't seen as much of that here. We have branches that close all the time, but we also have them opening all the time. Usually they're either amalgamating, they take smaller, older ones and build like big, huge, like monster ones, or they're just changing locations and things like that. But I could be wrong. I'm not sure the number of banks that have disappeared as opposed to started up, but I'm not too concerned about that yet, because if nothing else, they'll just continue to move more online. For the foreseeable future, there will be people who insist on going to get some of their stuff, whether it's clothes, whether it's food, whether it's banking. There's a lot of people who really like still the human touch, and it's going to take a while before we can all get brainwashed out of that, I think, right? But that's just opinion, again, so we'll see. But the point behind what I'm mentioning with the AI is just an idea of having a quick look, understanding what it is, similar to like cryptocurrencies or NFTs now, because we're all deciding to play in a digital arena, and what I mean is YouTube or social media, then it can be beneficial to understand what's out there and then make a very educated decision on why you do or do not want to use any of it, right? That's what I think. So, oh yeah, Lenny Lawyer Live. I don't go too far into conversations about that kind of stuff. I've run into a few creators that have come up with great ways to use AI. You can plug it into Canva, and it can take a lot of work, out of your hands. It could do things a lot faster. One of the things that I've been doing lately, and forgive me, I'll try to keep the speeches shorter after this today. One of the things I've been doing lately is running some trivia live streams on another channel and doing some experimentation with some trivia videos. You can use ChatGPT or something like it to draw in a bunch of trivia questions, let's just say, with correct answers, incorrect answers, and everything else. Then you can plug that information through a CSV file or a spreadsheet, upload it into Canva, and have Canva spit out an enormous number of videos in a tiny amount of time. So one of the things people might think is like, oh, this new AI stuff, it's going to take jobs away from people, because this is what we hear every time technology changes. And I promise you I'm older than you think I am. But, most of us are old enough to have seen a few changes, heard the scary things that come along with them, and realized that they don't come to fruition, at least not completely, at least not all the time or most of the time. So when we think about, these AI tools and this and that, I just don't want anybody to get too stressed out. But it's worth playing with them, I think, especially when we're looking at what we're doing. You never know where you're going to get inspiration from. You might be able to use the AI system to write out descriptions for YouTube videos or playlists as a tip and trick that I like to mention. And like I said, giving it the human touch is really going to help. But, we need as much information as we can in our descriptions, tags, titles, and things like that to hook into the algorithm, if that makes sense. So forgive me, I probably circled around my speech a little bit long here. But we're looking at Roadhog. Now, this creator has been a friend of Superchat for quite some time, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and they bring us a lot of refurbishing of products. If you read their About page, they'll start out by saying everything in their videos was found in the trash, and they've really expanded the content on their About page. So I have yet to read all that they've added, because they just added a bunch of stuff here. But that'll give us a chance to understand what else to expect on the channel. What they mean, though, is that they do a little bit of scrap metal work by the look of it, but also they find things that they can refurbish and breathe new life into. They post like crazy, as you can see. I thought I was caught up with their videos, but just in the last 10 days, they've put out about 13 videos. I'm just going to take the latest one. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up the smallest bit. When I get into their shorts videos, we'll see that these have gotten into 1,900, and one of them even over 2,400 views, which is great. Live streams are occasional. They've experimented with these, and we'll see if they're going to continue with those. But they're posting, like I said, all the time. Rim a Healthy Way, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And my flock is everywhere. Forgive me, I saw you in the chat. I didn't add you to the wheel yet. We always add members to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Emmanuel Farrow, guitarist. Good to see you in the house. I wonder if this might be your very first time here. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. Our instructions are always in our video description to help you get the most value out of your time here and understand how we connect to each other. Mr. Fulton Mraz always has good news, so thank you for bringing that to us. Mr. Fulton Mraz has been a friend over 3.5 years. And then we don't tend to do a lot of link dropping, especially not during the live stream, right? One of the things we never want to do is tell anybody like, hey, let's leave the live stream we're in and go somewhere else. But not that it's a big deal. I can't imagine a lot of people are going to go running anyway. But you just want to be careful about that kind of thing in other live streams because lots of hosts and moderators can get pretty trigger happy when it comes to self-promotion. I've been really laying off of it now here. We do want to instill good habits in everybody and be careful about self-promotion because you can find yourself timed out or banned or worse on channels just from a simple statement. But even I've made the mistake of like kind of jumping on somebody too quickly when it came to mentioning, hey everybody, I got to go get ready for my premiere. And I mentioned, hey, you might not want to do that in chats, and they were livid and kind of let me have it. So I learned pretty quick that we better soften up about that because it doesn't matter that much, but you never know. One of the things that can be really helpful when you're going into anybody's channel for the first time, by the way, and this, forgive me, this is spinning way off into another speech now, but when you get into somebody's premiere live stream, you always want to say hello to the host. It's a good idea to say hello to the moderators as well, because you want to be friendly with them and get them on your side as well. But you just want to keep in mind as well that every channel owner is going to have their own, let's say, rules or guidelines. So yeah, like I said, it's not so much of a big deal here. We usually don't drop many links of any kind at all. Anyway, I should have thought of that actually. You can't drop a link here anyway very easily. And there's a couple of reasons for that. But if anybody's got a live stream or a premiere that's going on, like, for instance, I think you're mentioning that Granny Filming, again, did I understand right, might have a stream starting now. That's absolutely fine. You know, we don't want to go too much with the self-promotion and like, hey, everybody, let's leave. Like, until it's time for the end of the live stream. And the problem with that is just that once one person does it, then everybody starts doing it. We see waves of it. Once in a while, I got to reel it in and this and that. And it's never fun for anybody. But at least we know that in that case, if I'm right about that, then Granny Filming again will have fresh new content as soon as we're done here at Superchat. Or, for instance, might be live coming up right now. We got lots of creators that'll be live while we're live. And one of the things I've talked about with that for a very long time is the idea in the beginning of our YouTube journey, when we only have, let's say, 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers, and we're growing and starting to follow other creators, it's easy to make arrangements to not crash into your friends. So you can pick your day, they pick their day, you pick your time, they pick their time, and you're not going live at the same time. But after a little while, and it's really not going to be that long, it's almost impossible, right? As soon as, you know, even if two creators happen to have full-time jobs and, you know, they both have Monday off, they have no choice. They got to go when they got to go. From the very beginning, for that reason I mentioned here in Superchat, I go when I have to go, and that's it. So I'm always happy to raid. when we have friends that are doing live streams or premieres. If we can, we arrange them after Tuber Chat. I like to mix it up so we see different channels all the time, and that can be a really helpful thing to do. But people have to go when they have to go, right? So if you can make arrangements with creators to have dates and times, that can be helpful for a while. And especially when we see raid trains and things like that, a lot of creators will do premieres. And forgive me, I might have been mistaken, Granny filming again. The problem is I'm not able to read the chat, or I don't read the chat as well as I probably could. So I might have missed exactly what was mentioned there. Maybe somebody had a premiere. I thought it said Granny filming again, but I might have been mistaken. But anyway, forgive the long speech again. I'm saying that a million times today. And then, so yeah, Lenny the Lawyer Live is just mentioning as well with premieres, the idea of velocity. And what he's talking about is the idea that, let's say the first 48 hours after you post a video, every hour after you post is the most important hour. It drops down, drops down, drops down. 48 hours later is not quite as important as the first hour, but this is why we need to time these things. Now, when you are doing premieres, you might find that when you first start, you don't get a lot of traction right away. But if you just keep at it and continue premiering everything you've got, eventually you build up an audience. Now, I'll use an example. Scratch and PPA does premieres every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. His newest one is coming up on Tuesday. And you will find one of the fastest rolling chats that you see in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this. It's not uncommon to have him with 50 people watching at a time and things like that, because he's been doing it from the beginning. Other creators, for instance, I don't do a lot of premieres on any of the channels that I run. So when we try to do one, we get almost no traction at all because it takes time and consistency. When you do, though, it can give your video a big head start. And here's the reason why. Let's say you have a 10-minute video and you're going to post it just as a video without a premiere. Would you get more views in the first 10 minutes on that video? Or would it be more beneficial to run a premiere, because with even a small audience, you'll get more views in that first 10 minutes. So that's the idea behind it, if that makes sense. Mr. Bones, good to see you in the house. Wayne's World Unlimited, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. He's done that countless times. For that reason, we're going to put his channel up next before we get back to spinning the wheel. Sheen, Paralife TV, your everyday wheelchair ninja, is also in the house. And then Rima Healthy Way is talking about losing watch hours. So watch hours, like all numbers here in Tuber Chat, go up and down all the time. It's a source of great frustration for all of us. We lose our likes, we lose our watch hours, we lose subscribers, we lose views. And actually, if you notice, after a couple of days, if you haven't experienced trolling yet, or if you start to get into a little bit of that, you'll notice your thumbs down actually disappear after a couple of days in a lot of cases as well. Not always, but a lot of cases. So it can be a really weird thing for us to try to get our head around. One of the biggest reasons why creators lose watch hours, though, is if you have been on YouTube and posted your very first video 366 days ago, the idea of the watch hours that we talk about all the time, like the 3,000 and 4,000 hours of watch time, are required within a 365-day period. We like to say a year, but it's probably best described as 365 days. The reason why is because day by day after that, you will lose whatever hours you gained 366 days ago. And that happens every single day. In almost every case, though, every channel is making more watch hours today than they were 366 days ago. So even though it feels terrible to say, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose watch hours, that's guaranteed, it's so little that it really becomes trivial compared to what you're gaining. And like I said, in most cases. April Showers, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Buying Space, good to have you here. Thank you for coming in as well. They've been a long, long, long time friend. And I'm just going to get them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And after a long period of time, I will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. Oh, yeah, Rima Healthy Way. I bet that's why. I bet that's the reason. But if you just keep at it, just keep posting, organically everything starts to grow. Streaming helps. Forgive me for not being certain right away if you stream or if you do frequently, but those almost everybody will agree that streaming really pumps the watch hours up. The other thing too is you can swap playlists with creators here. It's a simple arrangement. You agree to run a playlist of their videos, they agree to run a playlist of your videos. You can imagine by getting a lot of people to do that, your watch hours are really going to stack up if you can do it for others at the same time. And the friendships that are made are where the magic really happens as well. No, granny filming again, I might have been completely mistaken. You have to forgive me. Tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by was mentioning either a stream or a premiere. And I thought it said granny, but I could have been completely wrong. It might not have even been your channel that they were referencing. And forgive me, because while we're here in Tuber Chat, between talking and everything else, I'm usually skimming the chat. I promise I make mistakes as much as everybody else. We've seen that again and again today. And, yes, Rima Healthy Way, but that's part of the idea then. So the other thing too is for anybody that's fairly new to Tuber Chat, if you haven't been here more than a handful of times yet, one of the things to keep in mind is that the best success found here in this chat is by making the first move, reaching out to other creators, intending on supporting them with all the things you wish they would do for you, and then they will turn around and do it for you afterwards. We live wholeheartedly with generosity at the forefront of our mind and the expectation that we need to do much more for others than we expect for them to do for us, but knowing that over a long period of time we'll actually have support coming back far beyond what we ever wished for in the beginning, and you hear that in the stories that I tell here all the time. So again, long-winded speeches. I appreciate everybody's patience. And Black Phoenix, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. They're a member, so I'm just going to get them on the wheel. We're going to talk about Cabaret Gaming, and then we're still going to look at Wayne's World Unlimited, who dropped a super chat from the UK. So, Cabaret Gaming's been a friend of what I believe is almost 3 years now. This creator does a lot of video gameplay, and that happens both in video shorts and live streams. I'm always happy to see some Grand Theft Auto there, so I'll put one of these videos in my catch-up list. You see this creator is monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. They've got some shorts. They really mix up the video gameplay, by the way. Grand Theft Auto is just one of probably 20 or 30 or 40 games they play. And then the shorts have done really well. 15,000, 28,000, one over 34,000, which is wonderful. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they stream frequently. It's been a while, but I catch them from time to time, as you can see. And this creator brings us a second channel with tips, tricks, tech, and tutorials from the same creator. And we'll look at some of the videos. They got a brand new one. I'm just going to put the latest one onto my catch-up list if I wanted to get a retro version of Windows, which is useful at times, right? Especially if you have a program that was made years ago, you're very proficient in it, but it doesn't work with Windows 10 or 11. Maybe you want to go back and use Windows 8 or even Windows 95 or Vista or something like that. But Cabaret Vlogs is going to give us a lot of tech tips and tricks here, so hopefully everybody will follow him on both channels. 333 subscribers right now. We'd love to push him a little bit farther. Philip Lemon, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Lenny the Lawyer Live. How many people are using YouTube for their business, and how many people are making YouTube videos as their business? So that's an interesting question. I'll leave everybody with that for 3.5 minutes, and then we will come back and we're going to look at Wayne's World Unlimited. Alright, we're back and looking at Wayne's World Unlimited. He dropped a super chat a little while ago, and we always put super chatters on the screen right away as soon as we see that happen in order, and then we put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. I see the Crochet Queen has come in. So we've got them on the wheel as well, and after a long period of time, we will add some names to our wheel from our chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. I have a robot that keeps helps me keep up with that. So Wayne's World Unlimited comes to us from the UK, and he usually takes us to outdoors for a look around and a story to be told. He's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family for quite some time, and he's now sitting at 471 subscribers. We'd love to push him a little bit farther towards the 500 that he's thinking about. He has to be excited about the new monetization graduation system, where the first level is getting 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time, or 3 million views on shorts in 90 days. One of the things we notice about this channel is in their shorts, they're already doing well with quite a few over 5,000 views, one over 7,400, and one breakout shorts video over 237,000 views, which is great to see. Lots of variety in the shorts on this channel, and we'll likely see much more from Wayne's World Unlimited. And then we see that he's bringing us outdoors, like I was saying, either for stories to be told or looks around. He also mixes some outtakes into his videos as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Wayne's World Unlimited is here with us frequently. Creekside Maples, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I believe I thought you'd been here before. Maybe I recognized that channel from outside. And forgive me if I'm mistaken, unless you've had a channel name, and that's confusing our robot. She stole my thunder. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that. I'm hoping after the weekend I'm going to get back into some kind of a routine of better decisions here and there. But I did put some cream and sugar in my coffee today for the first time in a very long time. I've been drinking coffee black lately, but it doesn't help when I'm mixing it with all the other garbage that I tend to eat and drink in between. So coffee and donuts. I'll skip the donuts for today, but gym and water, yes, we'll see if we can get into that regiment over the next few days. And thank you for the motivation, by the way. Now, She Stole My Thunder is a fellow Canadian from the Montreal area. They tell us in their banner that they review books, art, and movies, but they actually do a lot more on their channel. They talk to us about the fun and struggles of being a photographer with over 190,000 photos in their Flickr account, which you can get through their links here. I'm just going to grab their latest video, the Montreal Ice Bridge. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list. Sometimes they're reading. Sometimes they're just hanging out doing a live stream, letting us get to know them. And then they've got some shorts that have started to get into the couple hundred views. That will likely continue as they post more and more as well. Live streams often feature helpful videos where they work in Canva and either show us how to make thumbnails or sometimes even make some for some of their friends for free. So I hope everybody will put that notification bell on, and we always set notifications for everything we see, whether they're live streams or premieres. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much as we can from each other. Lots more variety here, lots more reviews, as well as stories to be told. So hopefully everybody will enjoy that. She Stole My Thunder is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and getting close to 1,700 subscribers. Her super chat knocked quite a bit of life off of our stream boss there as well, which is tend the sheep where you are, don't pass them by. They picked that up with a super chat earlier today. Every super chat and membership knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss here, and the last person to knock them out and take over gets some extra exposure for a little while. Yeah, actually, while Lenny Lawyer live, I'm going to switch back to black coffee. I take it more like a vitamin than anything else. I don't really enjoy coffee. When it's got cream and sugar in it, it tastes like almost a dessert to me. So I think of that as almost like a treat. I don't drink coffee all the time. It's more like craving. But lately I've been drinking it black, or Michael's Adventures has had me on local honey for a very long time. I don't think the honey I've got right now is truly local. It says Ontario as opposed to the area where I'm in, so I gotta get some more of that. But I usually have at least one small coffee a day and either a teaspoon of a healthy teaspoon of honey in it, or black. And that's it. But I think of it more as a vitamin than anything else. And and cooking bacon in the oven is a better idea, probably. Ron's Keto Cafe is our featured channel for today. They actually gave us bacon wrapped pickles that were done in an air fryer in one of their videos. Was it just Jason Keto or Ron's Keto Cafe that gave us bacon wrapped cheese curds the other day as well? So bacon wrapped anything sounds delicious, but when we're talking about keto-based diet and lifestyle, we often see things like that because fat seems to be replacing carbs in a lot of cases. Creekside Maples, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We always put super chatters on the screen right away in order, and we put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. But for that reason, we're looking at your channel right away, and we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. I'm sure I've seen this channel many times. I'm a little bit surprised to see that it's the first time here in Tuber Chat, because I feel like I already know this channel well enough, but I think that is from seeing them out supporting others. There's my love Kristen Welton as well. She's here in the chat. She might even make a cameo appearance at some point. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Thank you, Cabarar Gaming. I know your time zone is way off of ours, so I appreciate very much when you come in. Dragonflies, Ozarks, Homestead, and Designs. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I think you might be either brand new here or have just changed the name of the channel. Hopefully you're feeling welcome either way. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, and everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And there you go. Our robot's a little bit behind today, but Bautissimo's just welcoming you, so it looks like it might be your first time actually, so thanks for coming in. Abandoned Exploring Mike is dropping a super chat as well, so we'll look at that channel next, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. Abandoned Exploring Mike's done that many times. So let's have a look at Creekside Maples. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos, the latest one you've got. I'm going to put this in my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on like I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well, so you don't miss our further live streams. We're usually here 3, sometimes 4 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. As a matter of fact, and thank you everybody for being here. I know we skipped yesterday, but we'll make up for that by doing another stream tomorrow morning. So we're really mixing these things up again. Now that we're getting close to September, I live and split my time between Toronto and Niagara Falls. And what happens is our work days, I work outdoors several days a week, our work days start to shorten starting basically now or very soon. So that gives me more time for YouTube for the next 6 to 8 months, as a matter of fact. Oh, forgive me. Thank you, Dragonflies. So it's great to have you here, and thank you for reading that as well. It helps you get the most value out of your time here, I hope. Creekside Maples has some shorts. Let's just look at these. They've just started, but already getting into the hundreds of views, almost 500. That'll likely continue as they post more and more, and we see that they stream frequently as well, usually about 1 time a week, and then they are monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So Creekside Maples, thank you so much. I'm certain I've seen that channel many times before, supporting other creators, which is great to see, and I'd love for everybody to get that support coming back to them as well. And next up, let's look at Abandoned Exploring Mike. This creator also dropped a super chat, so thank you again, Creekside Maples. Thank you, Abandoned Exploring Mike. They've done that many times, and Abandoned Exploring Mike, I joke with all the time that they're willing to climb into places that I would never dare, but they certainly do. Now, they always take a flashlight with them, but they are willing to go the extra mile to take us into some pretty dark and tight spaces, as a matter of fact. So it's been a couple weeks since they posted a video, but we'll be ready for the next one. I've got notification bells on always. And then let's look at shorts from Abandoned Exploring Mike. They've been posting quite a few of these. Some have gotten into the thousands of views now. 2,000, 2,700, 5,100. Live streams are something they've experimented with just about a week ago, so we'll see if they're going to keep those up. And we see that this channel's now at 1,540 or so subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 1,600 they're thinking about. Thank you again, Abandoned Exploring Mike, for your super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then Ben Cyan Games is in the house as well. They're planning on a 4,000 subscriber celebration stream, and I'm hoping I can make it in with them when they do that. I haven't done as many panels for a very long time as I'd like to, but again, my work schedule on top of family obligations and stuff like that have me filling my plate quite full and moving things around quite a bit. I'm staring off into space to see if Kristen's going to make a cameo appearance on Tuber Chat here. So there you go. This is Kristen Welton. For anybody that hasn't already seen us together on one of these streams or a video, we've collaborated a few times. Actually, she has her own channel doing her own thing, but once in a while we're able to do something together as well. And I see some more activity in the chat. Neil Collects is gifting another membership. I know Ben Cyan Games will be psyched for that, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. He's done that 4 times today, so thank you, Neil Collects. I really do appreciate that. Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve. Forgive me, I might have said hello but not put you on the wheel, so forgive me for that. Luckily, we're all friends here. But Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve is actually a longtime friend, and Jen supports on every channel that I own, for which I'm grateful. So we'll get them onto the wheel right now. Canadian Family Life was here in the beginning of the stream, and they've just come up right now. We never know how long it's going to take. And Neil Collects is at work now, so thank you, especially for coming in to do that again. And Martha Makes Art, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully everyone has given a thumbs up for today's live stream. If you haven't already, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So Canadian Family Life is very much recently known as Tiffany. She is really making herself a part of the YouTube community by hopping in on a lot of StreamYard panels and supporting other creators. She's here in Tuber Chat every single day. The Paranormal Circle, good to see you in the house. Now, I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every day or for hours at a time every time I stream. As long as we're all doing as much as we can for each other, everybody will be just fine. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures has a stream coming up in an hour and a half, so I'll tell you what, we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, because it's Sunday Fun Day. Forgive me, I should know this already. I'm actually going to look at that in the background here. I'm hoping Just Chasing Keto actually will line up raid sometime in the next few days. He's working on watch hours right now and is an incredibly supportive creator. But Mike and Rihanna's Adventures have also been with us a long time. They got a live stream coming up right after Tuber Chat, so we're going to raid into theirs. And I'll get that ready in the background. And when we get about 15 minutes towards the end of today's stream, I'll start dropping the link and we'll leave this stream running an extra few minutes after they start, and then everybody can hop over there. Karin's Life, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. She's a member and a moderator who happens to be a fellow Canadian, like Tiffany from New Brunswick, actually. Karin's Life is from Nova Scotia. And Tiffany, actually, we were together on a live stream on Come Hither with Heather's channel the other day. We were talking about Canada and whether the stereotypes hold up as to whether Canadians are as nice as everybody seems to think we are. And it was interesting because I learned in that live stream that Canadian Family Life originally started their channel, if I understood right, to bring memories for the family and help the outside family get to keep up with what they're doing. But the channel moved farther and faster than what they expected. And they bring a lot of vlogging, they bring a lot of cooking videos, they bring haul videos, usually grocery hauls, and then some gardening updates as well. So they're really mixing up the content. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list, and that will help me keep up with them in that way as well. Press Media News, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. VS Speaks Royally. I did see you earlier. I've got you on the wheel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. The best success here in Tuber Chat comes in making the first move, reaching out to other creators first to support them in all the ways you wish they would do for you, and then knowing that they will turn around and do the same thing for you afterwards. For anybody that hasn't seen it and is fairly new, if you haven't been here many times yet, you want to read that video description, because it gives the instructions for how exactly to connect and keep those connections alive. Canadian Family Life's monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, they're one of 2 of the very first channels that we know of to get monetized with the 3,000 hour requirement, along with M&T Living and Cooking. When we look at the shorts on this channel, we see that these have gotten well over 1,000 views, into 1,200, 1,400, and one of them over 2,400 views. And then live streams are somewhat frequent on the channel. She did one a week ago. She seems to be keeping these up sporadically, usually around once a week, so we'll see if those are going to continue. But Canadian Family Life is often found on a lot of other creators' channels and StreamYard panels as well. And Lenny the Lawyer Live. So yeah, so the way that ours works, we don't have a president, we have a prime minister, and then for each of the provinces they have a premier, which would be similar to a US governor. So in our situation, the governors can't just decide that they don't want to listen to the president the way that it seems to be in the States, what we saw with the last president, not the current one, where a lot of governors seem to say, I don't care what he says, we're doing what we want. Now, I could be mistaken, but that's the way it appeared, at least from mainstream media and the few news sources I get, like Facebook and whatever everybody sends me on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. But in Canada, we have a prime minister, and as far as I understand, their time is not limited, so they can run more than 2 terms. If I understand right, in the States, the president can only be president for a total of 8 years, whether they are consecutive or not. And forgive me if I'm mistaken, but that's my understanding. In Canada, no, it's free reign, so you can keep going, I think. And forgive me if I'm wrong. Feel free to correct me, any of my Canadian friends. But what seems to happen in Canada is after one side, whether it's liberal or conservative, has been in power for a little while, eventually change seems to happen, whether it's after 3 or 4 terms. It seems to flip-flop all the time. It's very much a 50-50 split, regardless of what the media says. I'm not saying I'm right. I know we all have our opinion. I try not to get into arguments about it, but you know, time always tells, and you know, there's enough loudness on both sides, as a matter of fact, to make that flip happen. So we'll see, but that seems to be that seems to be about it. And then, yeah, thank you. Scratch and PPA is also mentioning. So I think Lenny the Lawyer Live meant prime minister, even though our provinces have premiers, and I think the premiers do not have time limits. We also have city mayors, of course, similar to what they have in the United States. Our mayors are not time limited, at least not in my province. of Ontario. We saw one mayor of a town called Mississauga, which is almost a part of Toronto, but the next city over. And she was mayor for, I forget how long it is, but it was decades and decades and decades. It feels like almost my lifetime, actually. I mean, I'm sure there's positives and negatives to the idea of term limits. I try not to throw too much opinion out there, but I'd probably say, if given the choice, I would say term limits are probably a good thing, because some of what we hear about countries that don't get to experience any change at all sound a little bit detrimental to me, or more than a little bit. There you go. Yeah, more Hazels as mayors. She was very much respected, that's for sure. And mayor has a four-year term in Medicine Hat. Yeah, I guess any corporation, because we have to remember that countries, provinces, cities, states, they're all corporations, right? They really are businesses. This is how this stuff really started. If I remember right, the Canada's first corporation was the Hudson Bay Companies, which exists to this day. And in the United States, I thought it was the Dutch East India Company that became the United States of America. And forgive me if I'm mistaken about that, because I'm no history buff. I wish I was, so I'd know better. But these are all corporations, which means they all have their own structures and they all have their own bylaws. Sometimes it seems like the federal or provincial or state could override municipal, but I'm not even sure about that sometimes. 36 years. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. There you go. One mayor for 36 years. So the better part of my lifetime. And, Ben Cyan Games. I'm always happy for meetups. Pardon me, another creator mentioned the idea of coming to Canada one day. It would be wonderful. Canada's absolutely a wonderful place. I'm proud to be Canadian, happy to live here. The grass always looks greener on the other side of the fence. And I do very much love our American friends. Maybe someday I'll make it across the ocean as well to visit some of our friends in Europe or Australia or otherwise. But I've been lucky enough to see many of the northeastern states. I was too young to remember very much about young trips to when I was a young kid. Florida, I had some family there, and I went to Mexico once for a week. And pardon me for the long speeches. And Canadian family life from New Brunswick. That's Tiffany. Hopefully everybody will connect with her. She's an incredibly supportive creator. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see who's coming up next. I'm going to try to speed it up after we get back from this break. And forgive me if I just rip somebody's turn off. We're going to see a channel that's actually going to go live right after Tuber Chat when we come back in about 3.5 minutes. All right, we're looking at Mike and Rihanna's adventures. Forgive me if I missed anything in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Sam's Large Trains and More, good to see you in the house. He's also from the UK and here as a member and a moderator. So Mike and Rihanna's adventures actually have 2 channels now, and I'll show you the second one in a moment. They're going to go live in a little while, another hour and a little bit, and we're set to raid this Sunday Fun Day episode. Mike and Rihanna's adventures have been generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters for quite some time. There are over 2,800 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther. They're getting pretty close with watch hours. They're willing to swap with creators as well. So if anybody would like to swap playlists, just please simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Coco Mojo 13, thank you so much, and we will look at your channel briefly, even if you're not here when we look at Big Dude, but thank you both. So Mike and Rihanna's adventures bring a lot of variety, especially into their shorts, and we see that some of these have gotten into 2,200 and even 2,300 views. When we look at the live streams, these are frequent. First of all, the Sunday Fun Day series, but they get involved in a lot of StreamYard panels with a lot of other familiar faces as well. There's Eddie Lugo Studios, Cruising is Fun Anytime, lots of other familiar faces, Destination Fun, and a few others there as well. Now, Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is a family vlogging channel, so they bring us outdoors, they bring us indoors, sometimes a product review or a story to be told or a chance to get to know them, or they take us outdoors for an adventure. I'm going to show you Rihanna's life adventures, and this is a complimentary channel. And one where we get to know Rihanna a little bit better. She's got a few shorts on here already into the hundreds of views, one over 800, which is great to see. Videos bring us some variety in getting to know Rihanna, some cooking videos, and then some other hobbies and interests, and then live streams are occasional on the channel as well, so we'll see if she's going to keep these up. At 75 subscribers, we'd love to push her a little bit farther towards that first 100. And hopefully I haven't missed anything in the chat. Kid Wonder is in the house as well. They've got several channels. We're going to spin the wheel. And, oh, thank you. Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More is just killing it lately. He's been posting and posting and posting for months and months and months. Scratch and PPA is coming up right now, and this is the first time we've seen this creator in a while because he went on vacation to Italy and he brought us some different content on his channel, and he promises to bring us a little bit more as well. So thank you everybody for hanging out still. Now, Scratch and PPA is very much known as a shining jewel in the Superchat family. He's literally the reason why I use the words, seems to be everywhere all the time to describe him and a few other extremely supportive creators. And then Millionaire Paul, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Oh, thank you, Vase Place. I appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And then Scratch and PPA has got presentation on the forefront of his mind. When you look at this channel, you're going to notice that his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by his thumbnails, which give us a hint as to giveaways that often happen in his videos, a banner that's updated every single week. And we're right in the middle, or close to getting towards the end, I guess, to Double Ticket Tuesday. So he's got a premiere ready to go, actually, and here we go. These are interesting tickets as well, so forgive me for spoiling the surprise, but Cash for Life, I don't play a lot of scratch tickets, but Cash for Life is really cool because instead of a one-time win up to, let's say, $25,000, $50,000, or $100,000, we're in Canada, so the numbers are a little bit different than the States, right? Our Cash for Life series means that you get either $1,000 a week for life or $2,000 a week for life, which is really cool. So that's going to be very exciting. And for anybody who's seen Scratch and PPA pick up a couple of winners, then they will be very excited, of course. So I'm looking forward to this. This is the first premiere he's dropped since his vacation. But we also see that this creator has started to bring us some more shorts. and gotten into the hundreds of views on these, which is great to see. And then he even brought us his first live stream while he was on vacation. If you haven't already seen this, I hope you'll go by and see Scratch and PPA spending a little bit of time around what to him is a familiar area of Italy, which, if I understand right, he has been back for the first time in, I think, 9 years or so. And everybody was very excited about that. I can speak for everybody in the Tuber Chat family when I say that. So we're happy to have him back as well. Now, one of the things you're going to notice about his premieres is you're going to find the fastest rolling chat that you see in the Tuber Chat family, or at least one of them. It makes it very exciting to be a part of. It's very fast paced, very high energy. He premieres every Tuesday. And his videos usually run anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the 5-minute intro that he adds in and whether there is a giveaway and an extra extension on his videos that week. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. I'm sure everybody's very excited to have Scratch and PPA back, and I certainly do appreciate, not to mention he came back and caught me on a mistake already today before we even started the stream when I was scheduling these things, and then bungled the beginning of this live stream worse than ever. It was probably the funniest thing a lot of people have ever seen here for a while. But Scratch and PPA is here every single day for every stream that he can be for hours at a time, has literally supported me now into the thousands upon thousands of hours, for which I'm grateful. But I hope everybody will connect with him and get some of that support coming back to you as well. You'll also notice he does an incredible job of marrying in the outside social networks into his video series by giving us an opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes that unique and a lot of fun to be a part of as well. Paul's Green Space is coming up right now. And again, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Paul's Green Space is up here right now as a previously featured channel. And when I feature a channel like Ron's Keto Cafe today, I usually go through a bit of their content all at once within the days leading up to their channel being featured or on that day. And I'm able to pick up on some details that I might not have otherwise realized when casually going through content over weeks and months. Now, Paul's Green Space has one particular video that I think everybody will benefit from watching, which is this See How I Grow 30 Plus Foods in My Suburban Garden. He gives us a lot of tips, tricks, and even tutorials when it comes to gardening. But this particular video shows literally 30 plus foods plus other things. He's got flowers, he's got vines, he's got trees, he's got tips and tricks for us to understand how to avoid growing the wrong things together. Sometimes you put more than one thing in the same garden and one will take over the other and interfere. He also shows us what to do when something will not grow. Everything you try, you're doing all the right things, giving the right environment to the plant or tree, and it just won't go anywhere. What to do about replacing that, and there's more tips and tricks on the channel, of course. Paul's Green Space, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and when we look at his shorts videos, we see that these get into the 2,700, 4,400, and even over 5,000 views now, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will help push this channel towards the 1,300 subscribers he's thinking about. And it's time to spin the wheel again, so we'll do that right now. And, Bensai Games has been to Canada once before. Out in the East End in Prince Edward Island. And hopefully we haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Katie's Kitchen is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They've got a lot of interesting cooking videos. A lot of what they do hits home for me, as well as things I either can see myself making or have had. I was really interested in one of the things they did not too long ago, which was this slow cooker pot roast. No matter how many times we cook or eat something, I think everybody for, our lifetime is always interested to see new ways of doing things, ways to mix things up, right? Katie's Kitchen gives us that opportunity, along with some grocery hauls as well. They've also got shorts on the channel, and we see that these have gotten into well over 1,500 and 1,600 views. A couple of them over 6,600, and the other one over 8,300, which is great to see. That will likely continue to grow. And then some video gameplay on the channel to mix up the content, so hopefully everybody will enjoy that as well. Katie's Kitchen is also here every day that they can be, almost every day. 172 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 180 they're thinking about right now, and the 200 they'll be thinking about right after. Lola Toyin, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in another second. We're moving a little bit faster now. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on the phone. Sam, you're making me laugh, Sam. But thank you for that. Sam has been a member. Look at that. It's getting on 3 years now, which is unbelievable. But he's been a dear friend much longer than that. He is here as a member and a moderator, of course, and very much cares about his YouTube community and those of us in the Tuber Chat family, obviously. And Don Ray B is sweeping in with their over-the-top generosity. They've done this countless times before, but Don Ray B just gifted 5 memberships. So thank you for that. We're going to talk about Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve, and then we're going to get to Don Ray B right afterwards, because we're treating those gifted memberships just like Super Chats these days. And thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm sure Justin Mello, FR Humphrey, Controversial Cruising, who's our featured channel for tomorrow, Yarn Again, and Heather Chronic Condition Crafting will all be very excited about those gifted memberships and receiving those. Boy, our robots are really glitch in there. It's interesting that it does that. I wondered about that before, but you notice how the robot is knocking those gift commands out a little bit much. I'll have to try to fix that. I do have to make a note about that. I'm not going to set Siri off for everybody over that right now, but I just want to make sure that I clean that up if I can. Different robots act a little bit differently from time to time. And this is one of the reasons why we use so many. Obviously 4 here, so that they can pick up anything that the other one leaves behind or doesn't do quite correctly. So thank you again, Dawn Ray B. She's got a special channel. We'll talk about that next. Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve also comes to us from the homesteading community of channels, and I group a lot of different channels and creators in that category or niche. We talk about farming, ranching, gardening, typical homesteading, camping, even fishing, hiking, and other outdoor channels as well. I know, this time I'll look at the notebook, Michael's Adventures, but I miss a lot, that's for sure. I'm trying to get better at that. I'm about to look at an online system to see if that can help. Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve brings fun everywhere that they go, and it's a real treat when you catch Jen, especially with a guitar in hand, which is frequent on the channel. They bring a lot of variety in shorts, but one of the things you'll find most compelling, I'm sure, on this channel is the family togetherness. Now, when we look at the shorts, we see that they've gotten into 3,000, 3,500, and even 4,500 views. Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve has gone live many times. We'll see if they're going to continue those. It's been a little while. I've seen them cooking both indoors and outdoors. They take us indoors and outdoors for all kinds of typical homesteading activities, but you get an idea just even from the thumbnails alone, the family togetherness on this channel, so I'm always happy to see that. Good Times Homestead with Jen and Steve. Jen supports every channel that I own, for which I'm grateful. She spent countless hours helping both here in Tuber Chat, my personal channel, and our music channel as well. If anybody hasn't already seen that, all the same music that you see or hear in the background here is available as copyright-free music that you can use in your videos and live streams. Flaw One is going to come up next. I just spun the wheel, accidentally actually. But Don Ray B gifted 5 memberships, so we're looking at that channel right away. We treat those gifted memberships like super chats these days, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel in a moment. Lola Toyin still in the house. Rock Chick Beauty's here from the UK. And hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. We still got a while to go, another hour or so, and then Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are going to go live. We'll go and raid them. Don Ray B starts the channel with inspiration and the idea that each new day is an opportunity to make your dreams come true. They want to instill and inspire that in us, whatever our dreams might be. But the reason why they mention that is because through their YouTube channel, they're showing us the journey that they're going through now in the process of making their own dreams come true. That being the idea of living a homesteading lifestyle and then recently moving to 4 acres and starting to bring us their homesteading activities. So I'm going to grab one of their latest videos here, put it in my catch-up list so I can catch up a little bit. You'll see a lot of variety on the channel, indoors and outdoors, of course, as we see from a lot of our homesteading friends. And Don Ray B will let us know what it's like to go through their homesteading journey. And then even their shorts videos are getting quite a bit of traction at 1,600, 1,800, and a couple of them over 2,000 views. There's more information about how the channel started, the inspiration behind it on their About page, and what we can expect on the channel. But Don Ray B is obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family. She just gifted 5 memberships, but she's done it so many times here that I can't even remember. I wouldn't even be able to guess how many times she's done that. She does let us know, though, that her very first membership was gifted, and that's the reason why she continues to, let's say, pay that forward. And I think it's an incredibly generous thing to have done, and now 5 more creators will be able to reap the benefits of those memberships here in the Tuber Chat live streams. Derek's Journey's in the house. They happen to be a member. We're going to put them on the wheel right now. And I did say Flaw One was going to come up next because I spun the wheel. So thank you again, Don Ray B. I really do appreciate that. You know, one of the things I would find to be just awful is if a lot of the creators who... You know, I do appreciate every moment that everybody spends here, but I would hate for anybody not to feel the appreciation that really is had when some of this extra generosity comes through. It's absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated, of course. But sometimes, you know, I think about the idea that I'm speaking so fast, jumping between channels. I know sometimes you can hear a little bit of passion come through, sometimes a lot more, but I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I appreciate the idea of what it means to the other creators that are going to be able to experience the benefits of those memberships now, you know, getting onto the wheel faster and speeding things up, because those things are not available everywhere and on every platform, right, around the world. So it makes it that much more generous. So thank you. Yeah, so Millionaire Paul, when we talk about the idea of spelling out numbers, that's actually an idea that comes from a few years ago, before Tuber Chat had even started, and as we began live streaming. There was a lot of speculation as to what might be considered spam. We used to see live streams, never on this channel, thank goodness, but we did see it on several growth streams where channels would just get shut down. And they would just stop automatically by the YouTube system. And the speculation was that certain words like subscribing and subscribers and subscribe to you and things that are way too commonly said might be the cause. There was also speculation about too many emojis in the chat or numbers. Now, the truth is we've laid way off of that stuff here in Tuber Chat because it's not that much of a big deal. Some of you know I come in even to your premieres and live streams and will drop stuff. Usually not more than 5 or 6 emojis, but, you know, if we're having fun and things like that. So my belief is that either that was never an issue as much as everybody thought, or those days are behind us. But the trouble is that because this carries on so long in our minds, what we want to instill here during our live streams are good chat etiquette habits, if that makes sense with everybody. Not that it's right or wrong, but that when you hop into somebody else's premiere live stream, you could find yourself timed out, banned, or worse by trigger-happy mods and hosts not fully understanding the idea about spam or numbers and emojis and things like that. So we just want to make sure everybody here is kind of following what's said to be the unsaid guidelines between a lot of growth streams, because obviously this is a very different type of channel. There are many of them out there, all very different, but in a similar niche, if you want to call it that. We call these growth streams. Where you can go and meet other creators. Some of them are great. Some of them, you know, my friends run them now. I'm friends with the people who run them and things like that as well. And then, pardon me if I'm missing anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment. If so, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat, Connect, and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Flaw One is up on the screen right now. I spun the wheel earlier. They got 4,300 subscribers. This is a creator who's actually been with me over 3.5 years, since before Tuber Chat was even a thought, and has been with us since the very beginning. Even still, after 600 episodes of Tuber Chat, is coming back as often as they can, almost every day, to support us. Flaw One is Andy. This creator, more often than anything else, brings us travel videos, and ironically, because we just saw Scratch and PPA not too long ago, Flaw One has let us know that they might be able to bring us some footage from Italy soon enough. They might be taking a vacation there. They bring some shorts on the channel in between their videos as well, and this creator is getting into hundreds of views on many of these, one over 1,400, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will connect with Andy. I'd love for you to get some of that support coming back to you as well. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And we're going to go for 3.5 minutes. If anybody has the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get another couple of people into Tuber Chat right now, and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther, both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signal sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Jessie Miller Unboxings and More's back in the house. She spent hours upon hours with me, with Just Jason Keto and a few other creators last weekend, and I appreciate that very much. Let's go. 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Michael's adventures. Alright, we're back and looking at one of the most supportive creators that I have met in my 6 years on YouTube. This is Michael's Adventures. He's here for every stream that he can be, and he makes sure, as does Scratch and PPA, that if he can't be here, he wants me to make sure that he lets how do I say that? They make sure that I also make sure to let everybody know that they're thinking about us when they can't be here. Michael's Adventures is most often here on the weekends, but he posts every single day, usually a premiere at 9 a.m. Eastern. And as you can see, he gets even up to a month or even a couple of months in advance on a lot of the premieres. Now, we set these as notifications for everything that we see, whether they're premieres or live streams, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much as we can as far as content. Pardon me, my voice is going already. And this creator will most often bring us wildlife. They bring raccoons, foxes, deer, sometimes bird watching. They often also take us out and give us a look around their area for a story to be told. They enjoy going to graveyards, cemeteries, places like this, and sometimes in their shorts they bring some extra variety in lottery ticket scratching, or they might be playing a game on a slot, or also taking us for a quick look outside. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with Michael's Adventures. Like I said, they post every single day. They're one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6 years on YouTube. They're here as a beloved and dedicated moderator, and all of the moderators on this channel are dear friends of mine. They all have different channels. They all do different things. And they're all dear friends of each other as well. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity, and for that reason, when you visit any of them on their channels for premieres and live streams, Michael's Adventures included, you'll be welcome and encouraged to meet more friends and family members the very same way that we do here in Superchat. Neil Collects, thank you again for another gifted membership. That's the 5th time he's done that today. And Granny Filming again, will be very excited to have that, I'm sure. I'm not sure if they're still in the chat, but if they are, I'll get them onto the wheel right away. So hopefully we can push Michael's Adventures towards the 1,300 subscribers he's thinking about. His birthday's coming up on Tuesday, so we won't stream that day, so I hope everybody will wish him a happy birthday. I've got a different thing planned for that day on my personal channel, but Michael's Adventures might end up working for his birthday, as a matter of fact, now that I think about it. But I hope everybody will wish him a happy birthday in advance. We are streaming tomorrow, but if he can't happen to be here tomorrow, then hopefully you'll wish him a happy birthday on his own channel as well in a comment. That will be really helpful for him. He's got premiere set up for every day from now till about a month from now. Trish the Natural is coming up right now. This creator brings us natural hair care more than anything else. They also get into things like wigs and weaves and other beauty products, tips, tricks, tutorials, things we might want to have a look at. And Trish the Natural has a very professional look in all of her thumbnails. Bright, bold headshots to make her recognizable. You'll notice when I roll over the videos, we get a great example from the thumbnail of exactly what we're going to see in the video. And you can tell she's a dynamic host as well. I was really impressed. I don't think I've said this yet. I hope she's still in the chat right now. But I actually saw Trish the Natural on a video the other day that was given all kinds of shout outs to other creators, and I thought that was a really cool thing. We're always happy to see people supporting each other in that way as well. And I've got Chocolate Drop, the Bullock Experience, and now Granny Filming again onto the Wheel of Doom. Granny Filming again just picked up that gifted membership from Neil Collects, and if I've missed any of our members, I'll get them on the wheel as soon as I see them in the chat. And yes, thank you again, Neil Collects. Of course, Granny Filming again will be excited for that. Hopefully I haven't missed anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see either. Chocolate Drop, yeah, my voice is going a little bit faster today than usual. I'm not at my usual setup, so I'm probably screaming at the camera, and the speeches have been long today as well. And then let's look at the shorts on Trish the Natural's channel. She mixes these up, but she's got a couple that have gotten into well over 2,100 views now. That will likely continue. So we'd love to push her towards the 900 subscribers that she's thinking about. And I'm going to spin the wheel right now. I'm going to try to go a little bit faster because we really got to get through quite a few channels before Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are going to go live. And look at that luck. The Bullock Experience just came in a few minutes ago and got picked almost right away by the wheel. The odds appear to ever be in your favor today. So we've got the Bullock Experience up here right now. And we'll see what's going on their channel. They've actually got two. So we'll look at both of them. But the Bullock Experience is bringing us over 1,200 subscribers with a channel that talks fishing first. So he'll take us out fishing and often live stream while he does it as well. He's got lots of videos on the channel. He's got shorts. And these have started to get into well over 2,000 views. One at 2,800. One of them over 3,200 actually. And then live streams are frequent actually. So he's doing Wednesday as a series. I've caught him many times, but hopefully I'll catch him again for the next one. I've got a notification on for that, and that's this coming Wednesday, of course. We always set notifications for everything we see. We noticed that the Bullock Experience is also monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And I'm going to show you their second channel, which is Pardon me if I can type properly. I'm not on my regular keyboard. Gaming Experience with Kelly. And this is where they bring us video gameplay. They got a couple of shorts that they've started with into the hundreds of views already. Videos where they're mixing up the gameplay, and then live streams as well. So hopefully I'll catch them for one of these very soon again. The Bullock Experience obviously has been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for quite some time. And then let's look at buying space right now. This is a longtime friend as well. And we'll see what they've got going on their channel. If I did miss anything in the chat that anybody meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Meditation Promised Land is Charlene Geisha with a slight name change. So we'll have a look at that channel soon enough because they happen to be a member. We'll put them on the wheel right away, of course. Buying Space has 877 subscribers. I can see that I am likely behind in your videos. I'm going to take your latest one that's going to inspire us in a spiritual way, and I put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up the smallest bit. And then when we look at the shorts on the channel, we see that some of these have started to get into 1,100, 1,700 views. One of them over 5,000. Which is great to see as well. When we look at the About page, we get an idea of what to expect on the channel. And we'd love to push this creator towards the 900 subscribers that we know that they're thinking about. So we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up and ready to go. And that's going to be Karin's Life, who's here, as well as a beloved and dedicated moderator and member. Actually, she's another Canadian from Nova Scotia, and she's been a dear friend for a very long time. I believe it's well over 3 years now. Karin's Life has an interesting channel because it really does encompass everything that is Karin's life. So for argument's sake, a vlogging channel, but she mixes up the content. So she might be bringing us a haul, she might be bringing product reviews, she might be simply bringing a story to be told or a chance to hang out with her, she might be going on vacation, she brings us cooking videos. And then as well, she happens to be a small business owner, and she prints everything that we think about with merchandise, including shirts, hats, mugs, like the one I'm holding in my hand right now, as well as vinyl stickers, Christmas ornaments we'll be thinking about soon, just about anything that can be printed. So she gives us a wonderful look at the behind the scenes making of the merchandise, and then we can use this creator as a resource as well when it's time to think about merchandise for our own channels and videos. Thank you, Butler Family Farm. So a couple of creators have let us know today there might be a glitch when it comes to things like super chats. And as much as I appreciate the thought, it's absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated, of course. But, you know, I want to put the focus on unnecessary. But thank you for that. Now, Butler Family Farm's on the wheel. I know super chats have me speed things up for everybody. But again, they're appreciated when they happen, but I never want to solicit that kind of thing. And, you know, YouTube has glitches all the time, pardon me, while I grab more of a drink that I shouldn't be drinking. There's glitches all the time. It can often be fixed by resetting the device, but we've heard it more than once today, which makes me think that something's going on. So I appreciate the thought either way. They've done that countless times. And forgive me if I've missed anything in the chat, but let's look at Karin's life. So when we look at this creator's live streams, we see that these come up occasionally. Hopefully they'll do some more shortly. They often have StreamYard panels. I've joined them on their own channel and other people's channels many times. They hop in on StreamYard panels all the time. Karin's life is an extremely generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They've got some shorts on their channel as well, and these have gotten into well over 7,400, even 8,500 views. This one's still moving, actually. That's one of the most recent shorts they put up. And then breakout short, over 77,000 views. We also heard another glitch where for the last couple of weeks, I've been experiencing it, and then we heard it today, is that sometimes you send messages in a chat and then those messages seem to get deleted. But what's happening is there's an error message, so it's not the moderators doing it or anything like that. Kristen Welton is coming up right now. This is my love. She's another member and moderator here, but she's got her own channel doing her own thing. We have collaborated many times, and she's collaborated with a lot of other creators on her channel as well, both in videos and live streams. Like Karin's life, she's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. This is another creator who has a very professional look to all of her thumbnails with bright, bold headshots. She brings bloopers into her videos, which is something I forget to mention all the time, but I know that everybody who watches her videos regularly enjoys those. She is now over 1,800 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther. She brings product reviews, unboxing videos, monthly subscriptions, a lot of beauty, as well as tips, tricks, tutorials, and get ready with me type videos, as well as get unready with me type videos. She's got some shorts on her channel that have done great, getting into 15 and 19,000 views, one over 21,000, one over 28,000, and some of you have seen Spiky Bruiser and Trouble Von Cuddlepuss even make cameo appearances right here on Superchat. I don't know if you can grab either of them today. Live streams are frequent on the, or so I should say occasional on the channel, but sometimes she brings us indoors, sometimes outdoors, sometimes she's collaborating with other people as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. Mr. Firework, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Wheaton Shaw is posting new content. We'll have new stuff to watch right after Tuber Chat as well. Charlene Heel is bringing us motivation and inspiration on two different channels, as a matter of fact. I was hoping not to go overtime today because I don't know if my voice can take it, but it might be inevitable at this point. I'm going to try to go as fast as I can here, though. We'll get as many channels on the screen as we can in the next 40 minutes or so. Charlene Heel, like I said, brings motivation and inspiration. She is a powerhouse of energy and positivity and responsible probably for hundreds of thumbs up on this channel because of her energetic and friendly reminders. Everywhere you catch her, whether it's in her own content or on somebody else's channel supporting them, you find her bringing inspiration and motivation. She's got a premiere coming up in a couple of days. We've got our notification bell on for that. She brings shorts on this channel as well. Some of these have gotten over 2,000 views. She's got live streams that are frequent. We've got notifications on for that. She's got one coming up on Wednesday. Monetized, lots of ways to support her here, including super chats and memberships when we get to the channel. And then she's got another couple of channels actually, but we always look at conscious business services and opportunities, where she brings wealth, spirituality, and entrepreneurship in line with the motivation and inspiration we know and love from Charlene Heal. 858 subscribers. We'd love to push her towards the 900 she's thinking about. She's got a premiere coming up on this one on Tuesday as well. Got a notification on for that. Shorts on this channel have gone even farther at 2,000, 3,000, and even 5,000 views. And then live streams on this channel are frequent. So hopefully everybody will put the bells on for both channels and connect with Charlene Heal, both on Conscious Business Services and Opportunities and on her original channel. Lily Gazoo, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We've got a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one, and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Rambling with the Brooms is another fellow Canadian. He comes to us from our nation's capital area around Ottawa. He's got almost 1,800 subscribers now and is monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we get into his shorts and click the popular tab, we start seeing some of that Canadian weather in its extreme. And some of these have gotten into 3,000 views, and one of them over 7,700 views, which is great to see. Live streams are frequent. He's got 2 series, Thursdays and Fridays. He goes live. He often brings us other StreamYard panelists and introduces us to other channels. He's built up a reputation as a moderator on what now is probably hundreds of channels, and he's now the newest member of our moderator squad on Superchat. He's been a dear friend for a long time, obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and he comes to us from the homesteading community of channels. So we see indoor and outdoor stories, product reviews, a chance to get to know him, as well as he takes part in the YouTube community. He makes himself a part of the community by heading out to meetups whenever he can. He meets up with other creators. See him with Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead all the time. Those two creators are putting together a cruise, as a matter of fact, and if you look through their channels far enough, you'll find a couple of informative videos like this live stream here, where the travel agent comes on and for the better part of 3 hours starts talking about not only the cruise they're putting together to Alaska in the summer of 2025, 2 years from now, but also the cruise industry in general. And yes, Lily Gazoo, you'll find lots of friends here that intend on supporting each other wholeheartedly over the long term, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. Derek's Journey is another member on the channel. He brings fitness first and gives us a great look at the family behind Derek's Journey as well. He has an incredible ability to build collaborations between creators that span into an enormous number of collaborators, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to grab one of their latest product reviews, put this in my catch-up list. They post frequently. You can see that they also take us behind the scenes to get to know the family behind Derek's Journey. But when you look at the channel and go through a few of these thumbnails, you'll realize there's a lot of fitness first on the channel, as a matter of fact. Shorts on Derek's Journey have gotten into the thousands of views, 2,200 here, 5,300 on the most popular one, and then live streams are frequent on the channel as well. He's actually got a couple of other channels, so we'll have a look at those. You Never Know with Jeannie and Jaden is a couple other members of the in real life Derek's Journey family. They promise to bring us more variety in line with the fitness challenges we know and love from Derek's Journey. We get a chance to get to know them a little bit better. They've got some shorts on this channel as well. They've just started, but one of these has popped over 1,600 views, which is great to see. And then they've got one more channel, I believe, which is Balance Breakers, family gaming and unboxing. which is a complimentary channel where they bring us video gameplay, unboxing videos, and then the fitness challenges we know and love from Derek's journey as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with them here. They got 28 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that first 100. My dear goodness, can I talk, eh? Dutchfly61 is coming up as a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. This is a Skywatcher, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us frequently. We'll see what they got going on their channel for today with over 1,100 subscribers. They post occasionally, but they bring us a series of videos, and now they've actually gotten into some more shorts as well. 3 more shorts on the channel, but we see that the first one they did already got into the thousands of views, which is great to see. So they got momentum to give them a kickstart here, and then videos, like I said, are posted occasionally. But hopefully everybody will enjoy these. One of the things you just want to note is that when we connect with each other here in Tuber Chat, we are looking for videos that are 3 minutes or longer. And it's very important that we watch videos from beginning to end. So you just want to dig through a bit of Dutchfly61. Make sure you're watching a video over 3 minutes when you're connecting with them. Interesting, Wheaton Shaw. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up on the screen. We'll see what's happening with Granny Filming again, who picked up a gifted membership today. And Neil Collects dropped a few of those, 5 of them as a matter of fact, and Don Ray B did the same thing. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done. I certainly appreciate it. I appreciate it. I know Granny Filming again will be happy for that. She's here with us every day as well, as a matter of fact, in Tuber Chat, for which I'm grateful. I know not everybody can be here every day or for hours at a time every time we stream, so I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. But Granny Filming again lets us know that they're just going to film whatever comes to mind on their channel. They've got a small list of things they plan to bring us: homemaking, cooking, cleaning, grocery pickups, hauls, challenges, Q&As, and a little bit more. So product reviews are one of the latest videos, and I'm going to take this one and put it in my catch-up list just because it's a minute longer than the latest one. Every minute matters when we're thinking about watch hours, of course. And 492 subscribers, so they have to be excited about the graduation system that's come into the YouTube Partner Program now, where 500 subscribers will get you into the first level, and then we'll continue from there. She's got some shorts on the channel as well. When we look at these, we see that some of these have gotten thousands of views, 5,800, 6,100 on a couple of these, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with her. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up, or at mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. Yellow Shirt Dad is coming up right now. This is a creator named Gene who is always smiling, always laughing. We can't help but chuckle and laugh along because he brings us the joke of the day at least a couple of days a week. Now, if we dig through his videos, we're actually going to find a lot of stories to be told, and he likes to take us out for looks around the area. One of the things we want to keep in mind as well, when we're connecting with creators here in Tuber Chat, it's not that there's a right way or wrong way to connect exactly. It's just that we've been following the same formula for a very long time now, over 3 years. We always watch videos that are 3 minutes or longer. We always watch them from beginning to end. We leave a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of the video while we watch, and then we give the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on. But Yellow Shirt Dad has a lot of short videos, so we just want to make sure we're looking for ones that are 3 minutes or longer. And feel free to do more than I suggest. We don't have to work on minimums. We also can take in a couple of extra videos and put them in our watch later list or another playlist. I do that all the time. When we dig through his videos to some of the older stuff, we find a lot more looks around the area and stories to be told, and videos that start getting into 10 minutes, 15 minutes and longer. Shorts on the channel bring a lot of variety. These have gotten into 5,000 and even well over 7,000 views. Live streams have just started, but are frequent already on the channel with StreamYard panels. So hopefully everybody will join Yellow Shirt Dad, and we'd love to push Gene towards 1,700 subscribers. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen and see what's coming up next. Forgive me, Get to the Farm. I should have put I Want to Know on the wheel much earlier. And I hadn't, and I'm just thinking about it now, so I'm going to do that. Get to the Farm and I Want to Know is a husband and wife combo who support each other wholeheartedly, but I know that I Want to Know happens to have a membership right now. Let's spin the wheel again. It's a little bit early, but we're looking at VS Speaks Royally right now. This creator brings a little bit of variety on their channel, so I'll show you that first, because we see a lot of creators, even when they have a niched or categorized channel, bringing variety. This creator's got some shorts that have gotten into 4,000 and even 7,000 views. Videos bring a little bit of variety and start to introduce us to the theme of the channel more than anything else, which revolves around the royal family. They've always got something going on, and what a year they've had, as a matter of fact. But VS Speaks Royally has been covering the royal family for years now and has a channel that's rapidly growing because of it. You'll notice that I make a big deal about engaged conversation here in Tuber Chat all the time. VS Speaks Royally always engages conversation everywhere that they go, and that includes here in Tuber Chat. And when you visit their channel for a live stream, you will find a great example of engaged conversation and a vibrant community that's very active as well. It's been almost 2 weeks since I caught them on a live stream. I've just put one of their replays into my catch-up list, and I'll watch her run that in a little while. So Butler Family Farm is going to come up next. We're going to take a break for 3.5 minutes and come right back. All right, we're back and looking at Butler Family Farm. Now, this is a channel that does a great job of making themselves a part of the YouTuber community. And they bring us 116 acres of homesteading goodness on their channel, both indoors, mostly outdoors. They have a very vibrant farm going on their channel, and a monetization celebration coming up in a few weeks, actually. So they will bring us bees. Now have been added. Where I was whining and complaining about bees here. We don't know the truth, and forgive me, because a lot of our homesteading friends, it might sound silly, but a lot of times I swear I don't know if I know the difference between bees, hornets, wasps, and whatever other things are similar, like yellow jackets and things like this. Because we wonder about them, and the idea is it's much easier as we get older. Not easy for everyone, of course, and not easy all the time, but to try not to disturb them and panic when surrounded, or having things like this around. This is a different story, because bees, we're likely talking about honey here, right? But what I found, I've seen more different types of things flying around us this summer than ever before. They seem to be everywhere. Now I'm in Niagara Falls and Toronto area, southern Ontario, so I don't know if something's going on here or not. But the idea was, the other day, I was terrified. I've been stung a few times, and a few times at once, more than once, and it's not enjoyable, of course. But one of the things that we wonder about is it almost seems like some of the ones that are around us are giving us a warning shot, like banging into us, but not stinging right away. And I don't know what on earth is up with that. So I got a lot to learn, apparently. But I am one of these people who, up until recently, would run away, arms flapping and squealing and everything else. I don't like them. I literally beg them to get away from me and things like that. And it's gotten better over the last few years, but it's still probably a sight for everybody to see. Anyway, that's a small aspect that we have yet to come up from Butler Family Farm. They've also got cattle, goats, donkeys, a couple of horses, llamas, chickens, and some pets, cats and dogs. But they bring us a lot more content on the channel. They intend on bringing us woodworking, fiber crafts, blacksmithing, gaming, gardening, and some travel. And we get a little bit of travel on this channel, actually, if I dig through some of their live streams. It's been a while since I caught them on a live stream. But they did bring us to a couple of meetups. So there was an Ozark meetup. I think they said they got another one they were just going to recently, or right now, or close to it, or coming up. And then a Mid-America meetup that we've talked about a lot. And I was grateful for this just because I was able to catch a lot of it live. And they introduced us to a lot of channels. There's Scott from Rambling with the Brooms. He made his way down there with 80 other channels worth of creators and supporters. Now, Butler Family Farm's got some shorts on the channel, and these have started to get into well over 3,000 views. One of them over 4,300. They're here in Superchat, I believe, every day, as a matter of fact. Certainly frequently, but it's either almost every day or every day now, for which I'm grateful. And they post frequently also, so there's a lot of variety, typically homesteading activities, but they could be indoors, they could be outdoors more often than anything else. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. That monetization celebration is set for a few weeks. We'll keep our eye on it. We've got our notification on, of course. And then, yeah, the first time I ever got stung was just hornet, but it probably was dead. I'm not sure if that's possible, but I was picking up some firewood and got it. And then 2 other times in my life, I was stung by either bees or hornets, 3 at a time, both times. And that was awful. And I did not like it. One of them was when I believe I must have been 9 or 10 years old. I only remember because I know it was in the junior school. Our school system, we consider junior up until 5th grade, middle up until 8th grade, and then senior or secondary school up until 12th grade. Used to be 13 in Canada, but Oh, it was not fun. One of the things got me in the side, and it like zipped all the way up my side, and that was a terrible experience. Of course, the next time that I got stung, I was probably 14 or 15 years old, 3 at once, and my parents were nowhere around, so somebody else's mom had to grab some aloe and try to help me a little bit, and I was probably whining and complaining for a long time about it, just like now. I don't like it, but I try to let them just do their thing. We got a brand new banner again on Just Jason Keto, not to mention a avatar. Keep on thriving. Why just survive when you can thrive, which is a great introduction to a channel. Just Jason Keto wants to motivate us with healthy eating and healthy living. One of the things he talks about is the idea of just getting as much information out as possible, not to mention opinion. He brings a lot of guests onto his channel for interviews where they share their experiences when it comes to the idea of trying to keep and stick to a keto-based diet or lifestyle, the changes that occur, the trials, the tribulations, and he's got a vibrant community of people that come into the premieres and live streams and share information with each other as well. It's motivating and inspiring. Lots of recipes on the channel. Here's the big deep fried, or pardon me, I say deep fried, I didn't mean to say that. Bacon wrapped cheese curds we saw from our featured channel today, which is Ron's Keto Cafe. Bacon wrapped pickles done in an air fryer. So this is kind of cool. And these creators tend to bring us a lot of these recipes. Just Jason Keto will also give us tips, tricks, and hacks so that we can get more value out of some of the things we might buy as well. Just Jason Keto's here every day, is another fellow Canadian. A generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, and I'm not sure if he's still in the chat right this second, but I did get a package, and I've got it. I picked it up last week. Forgive me, I filled my plate too full the last couple of weeks. I literally haven't filmed a thing. I intend on getting that done ASAP. I'm way behind with a lot of creators and getting a couple Happy Meal type videos done, but I'll make sure that that gets done soon. Now, Just Jason Keto, you're also going to notice, is getting really, really, really close at 983 subscribers to that magical 1K, and we'd love to push him a little bit farther. He's got some shorts on the channel. One of these is really broken out, but he's got a few into the thousands of views, 4,500, 5,000, 6,300, and one breakout shorts, which I've seen at 22,000 views. And then live streams are frequent. He streams every Thursday evening. It's been a couple of weeks, so hopefully I'll catch him again shortly. It looks like it's actually been a month, so we'll look forward to the next one. But we've always got notification bells on for every channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content as possible. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen right now. My Flock is Everywhere is coming up. Another very supportive creator. I see them out supporting others all the time. They're here with us frequently in Superchat as well. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They tend to connect around the unexplained as far as content goes. I'm just going to grab one of their latest videos. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list, see what they've got going on there. They're bringing quite a bit of variety here, as a matter of fact, when we look through what they've got. Shorts videos on the channel, pardon me as my allergies are catching up with me here. Shorts have gotten into well over 2,000 views, one of them over 2,300, which is great to see. And then live streams also have gotten into quite a bit of frequency. So they're doing these a couple of times a week by the look of it. They've got one coming up on Tuesday, actually. When we look at the shorts, I saw this one. This is interesting. I forget whether they said if this was an app or a website or something like that they got that from. It was interesting. I don't think that's clips of something. I think that's something that they you can make, if I understood right when I saw that shorts video. My Flock is Everywhere has 660 subscribers right now. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 700 they're thinking about. ItsDBankroll is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on. They're going to help us with our finances. The idea of motivating us to save and then giving us specifics when it comes to ideas that can help us, or cash stuffing challenges and budgeting, and talking about the beginnings of investing as well. I'm grateful to have a lot of these channels in the Tuber Chat family now. We've got a good handful, because with most of us, we have monetization on our mind, and wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come from that monetization. So right before we talk about ItsDBankroll's content, I'm going to grab a link for our raid. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is coming up in about 15 minutes. We're likely going to go overtime here, but that's okay. We'll go on raid after we're done. I'm going to pin this link so anybody can go over whenever they like. It's a live stream, so the chat's already ready to roll. And let's look at ItsDBankroll. When we look specifically at the videos, I see I caught the latest one a few days ago, but you can see that they talk about paying off mortgages early. They talk about dividend income from stock. You can see how organized they are when they look at some of these spreadsheets and things. They talk about cash stuffing challenges. They got the tablet out with a program that helps with that as well. They're going to motivate us with some books that can help us keep track of things as well. And it's the motivation and inspiration. One of the things I say much similarly to when I talk about like the keto channels or healthy eating and healthy living, I think anybody can eat a little bit healthier or live a little bit healthier, almost everyone. And then I think almost everyone can use more financial information, because the more that we have, the more educated decisions we can make based on what we're going to save in as a product or a service for finances, or thinking about investing as well, if any of that makes sense. So ItsDBankroll is going to help us with these. They're monetized now. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And they're at 933, so they'll be soon looking at 1,000 subscribers, and we'll be excited for that. Get to Know and I Want to Know are two channels that happen to be a husband and wife combo. They let me know the other day that I Want to Know does a lot of, if I understood right, planning and filming, and then editing possibly as well. And then Get to the Farm does the narrating for both of these channels. Now, it was so funny. After all this time, I thought that they just had a similar speaking style. As you might expect from a husband and wife filming content together and helping each other, and almost seems silly to have thought that now. But I Want to Know is going to talk to us about the unexplained. And I'm just going to take their latest video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. And that will give me a chance to make sure I keep caught up with them. One of the things you're going to find about these creators is they are information-packed videos. I was really impressed to see Get to the Farm the other day, but they have a similar style here. Now, I Want to Know is going to talk to us about monsters, myth, magic. It doesn't have to be UFOs, but that will be a part of it. Civilizations, lost artifacts, ancient legends, and more and more. The idea is they want to know as much as we want to know. And then let's look at Get to the Farm. They come to us from the homesteading community of channels. They think about the idea of bringing back live streams on their channel. And if they do, they'll be encouraging people to meet more friends and family members the same way we do here in Tuber Chat, or in a similar way. They're very much focused on the homesteading community of channels. They're at 979 right now, so they're looking forward to that exciting 1,000 milestone. And when we look at Get to the Farm, we see that this creator as well has information-packed videos, but they also do a lot of shout-outs. Now, people have, I want to say complimented, but mentioned many times about the fact that I get to know channels. I love getting to know channels. It makes the stories better as time goes on. Hopefully I do a better job as time goes on, but I'm pretty sure we do, right? Then Get to the Farm I looked at, and wow, did they ever put a lot of consideration into their videos. This is what I'm talking about, because they were featured just a few weeks ago. when I feature a channel on Superchat, I tend to go through a lot of their content. I say a lot, but I really mean 3, 4, or 5 videos usually, all at once in the days before featuring them, or on that day or the day before. And what that does is gives me a chance to pick up on any details I might not have already caught. I'm sure everybody understands I run more videos than I watch. I often have a few things going, usually a couple premieres or live streams, playlists running at almost all times. But over a long period of time, I might be working on other things on the computer and casually watching content. But when I sit and, this goes for everybody, when you sit and watch somebody's content with undivided attention, 2 or 3 videos in a row, you really get to see what they've been doing on their channel. And I was really impressed to see not only the shout outs that they do, the thought and consideration they put into getting to know the channels that they're talking about, and the knowledge that they bring from all these channels and their own experiences. These videos literally are information packed. So I hope everybody will check those out. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up in another moment. And get to the farm, and I want to know, obviously, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters. I'm going to drop the link again for Mike and Rihanna's adventures. So we're going to go over them and raid them. If everybody wants to mention Tuber Chat Raid when you get there, I'll appreciate it, of course. The Crochet Queen is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. And we're going to go a little bit over time. But I'll try to get through as many channels as I can, as quickly as I can in the next probably 15 to 20 minutes or so. And then we'll go over and raid all together. Day 1 Adventures, forgive me, I'm not sure if I saw you earlier today or not. I'm just going to get you onto the wheel right now. If there's any members that I missed, please don't be afraid to give me a nudge. Because I promise you, I make as many mistakes as anybody, and today's been a record day, I believe. Day 1 Adventures is on the wheel. The Crochet Queen is a channel I'm still getting to know. 336 subscribers right now. They've got a little bit of information on their About page, but they've got videos that seem to be coming out approximately once a week or so. Hopefully that will continue. When we look at their shorts videos, these have gotten into 1,500 and even 1,700 views. And then when we look at the live streams, they've got a couple that are coming up within the next couple of weeks. They seem to be streaming once a week. So I'm looking forward to getting to know more about this channel. And I've got the notification bell on. Pardon me. So raiding is a term that comes from Twitch. It's not really called a raid on Tuber Chat, even though we've all been referring to it that way for a long time. What we do is, since we already have people watching here in Tuber Chat, one of the things I noticed when I first found the small YouTuber community and started watching a lot of live streams is, as soon as the live stream's over, it felt like a party that just like snap ended. And, oh, okay, I guess we're all just going to go do our own thing now, right? What a raid allows, and Twitch, I think, came up with this, but what happens is we will go over into another channel that we know is either live already or about to be live or dropping a premiere, because we've already got a few viewers that we can give them a head start with. It's not my idea. This is something people have been doing long before I was around, and we continue it today. It's a generous thing to do because you can give somebody else a bit of a head start instead of letting the audience just kind of like take off wherever everybody wants to go. Everybody, of course, is free to do that. So what we do is drop a link for the next live stream or premiere that's coming up, in this case Mike and Rihanna's Adventures, and then we'll go over there and say hi, and that will help get their live stream moving a little bit, right? Not that they need the help now, they're established, but we still do it for each other anyway, right? Sam's Vlogs, Trains and More is a beloved and dedicated moderator and member here in Tuber Chat. He's monetized and has been for a long time, with Super Chats and memberships available on his channel to support him with. He brings over 1,800 subscribers and a channel with lots of train videos and a lot of vlogging in between. As you can imagine, he might be doing a product review or an unboxing, or literally taking us for a look at trains or their stations. He might be indoors or outdoors. He does a lot of live streaming. Some of these are almost like a game night type of thing, and some are a Q&A or a chance to get caught up with Sam and know the intentions of the channel coming up. He comes from the UK, and he's got some shorts on the channel that have moved into the thousands of views as well. 2,000 here, 4,300 here, and 4,800 here. One of the things all of our moderators have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. So when you visit any of their channels for premieres and live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. Day One Adventures, look at that luck. I just put you on the wheel. You're coming up right now. Hilda DC, another beloved and dedicated moderator, is in the chat. I'm going to put her on the wheel right now. And we'll see what Day One Adventures has got going on. Popping the Popcorns here. They happen to be a member. That's Katie. I'm going to put them on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And Day One Adventures has got 800 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 900 they're thinking about. They bring us events, travel, movies, food, and much more. I'm just going to grab their latest skydiving adventure video. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. I used to think I'd like to go skydiving, and I think about it less and less as time goes on, as a matter of fact. We have a lot of indoor skydiving places around my area, and I think about that sometimes, but I'm not sure. When we look at the channel, we see shorts that have gotten into well over 2,400, 2,900 views, even 3,100 views and beyond. And Day One Adventures is here with us frequently and has been another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for quite some time. Spin the wheel. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Marketplace Boutique is up right now, and this is a creator that wants to help us in an interesting financial way. They want to show us how to buy and sell for profit, particularly when it comes to things like eBay. Looks like they're doing some YouTube auctions as well, which is kind of cool. We got a few channels doing that type of thing. Marketplace Boutique is approaching 300 subscribers. We'd like to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. They let us know that they were working in law, but we're looking for a career change, something that would let them spend a bit more time at home. Now they share the knowledge that allowed them to do that with us through their YouTube channel. They got some shorts into 2,200, 2,400 views. One of them over 8,000. It looks like that one's still growing, as a matter of fact. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Marketplace Boutique. They've just been with us a few months now. Channel I'm still getting to know, but it's wonderful to see them sharing generosity in the knowledge that they bring to us so that we can help ourselves when it comes to our finances, if that makes sense. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. The Stock Explorer is coming up right now. This is Nora. They're from Florida, and they bring us two channels, as a matter of fact. On this one, they bring us the stock market and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They often have product in hand, and they bring us everything from beginner tutorials to advanced topics like NFTs and options trading. They bring a lot of variety in their videos on the channel. Sometimes it's pure stock talk, sometimes there's variety or product reviews. A little bit of lottery ticket scratching has been happening on the channel lately. Shorts videos bring pure variety, but this creator, like I said, often has product in hand, and they're getting into 3,600 and even 5,200 views on these. Live streams on this channel are frequent. Nora is definitely a hard worker, but outside the work hours tries to stream as often as they can, usually a few times a week. Sometimes they're charts and graphs for us to see. Sometimes it's stock talk. Sometimes they have StreamYard panels with interesting conversations, and a lot of lottery ticket scratching has been going on lately. Time is really flying, but about 6 months ago, which is really just like yesterday if you think about it, I joined Nora on their channel for one of these panels where we talked YouTube for about 2 hours. It was very well thought out by Nora, and hopefully everybody will go and search that out when you get there. Tropical Buzz is a second channel from this creator. There's Nora right there, and this is where they seek to educate us about plant life and some of which is already there, some of which they'll be growing themselves. They also bring shorts on the channel to give us bite-sized information and entertainment also. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. Like I said, Tropical Buzz and Nora the Stock Explorer happen to be members and moderator here. And then Popping the Popcorn is Katie's channel. We don't do a lot of link drops here. One of the things that really helps is when we search, find, and click on each other. If you try a couple of times, use your filters if you don't mind, to let YouTube know that you're looking specifically for a channel. Hopefully it will come up. If you're still having trouble, we'll get a link for Katie. But it really helps channels. The ones that are hardest to find are the ones that need our help the most. When we search, find, and click on each other, we'll rise up the search results over time. X1, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Meditation in Paradise Land is Charlene Geisha. This is a channel that wants to bring us relaxing content combined with positive affirmations. They've got over 2,400 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 2,500 they're going to be thinking about. Charlene Geisha is actually a longtime friend. They've brought us some live streams. We'll see if they're going to keep those up. It's been a couple of months, but they've got some shorts videos on the channel as well that have gotten into 1,400 and even 1,900 views. I hope everybody will connect with them. They're another longtime friend. Oh, lots of recipe channels. And then I'll ask, if you don't mind, then Scratching PPA, if you don't mind grabbing the link for Popping the Popcorn. Pardon me, my voice is getting towards end. We're going to look at Big Dude right now. This is going to be another channel that might be hard to find. But if I look for Big Dude 1234, which would be their handle, it helps to find this channel a little bit easier. Big Dude is an extremely popular name for a channel. This creator has an interesting story. They're going to inspire us in a spiritual way on their channel. They've got some shorts videos. Some of these have gotten into the thousands of views. Lots of tributes to public figures and celebrities and things like that. And I'm just going to grab their latest video. It's quite short here, but I'll put it in my catch-up list. Live streams are frequent with a lot of Bible study from this creator, and they introduced us to another creator called Cocomojo13. These creators are cousins in real life, and I always give a little bit of a speech about how wonderful it is when we have in real life friends and family members supporting each other. So Cocomojo13 and Big Dude can be found right there in that thumbnail, but you see that this creator's got a few shorts that are moving ahead. They've got a collaboration or two with Big Dude as well in short videos and live streams where they're bringing us Bible study and inspiring us in a spiritual way as well. Let's spin the wheel, and yes, Wayne's World Unlimited. Not doing a great job of hydrating today at all. I thought I did. It's monster time, that's why. Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up right now, and we'll see what they've got going on their channel. Rushing Wind Mountain are actually longtime friends now. They come to us from the homesteading community of channels with 749 subscribers. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 800 that they're thinking about. And I see I'm behind with their video, so I'm just going to grab the latest beautiful relaxing nature video that they've got. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That will help me catch up with them a little bit. When we look at the About page, we get an idea of what they're going to bring us, which is usually wildlife in the Pacific Northwest. Sometimes we find some funny moments with some of the things that they catch. And we see that in the shorts that have gotten into 2,300, 3,100, even 6,000 views and beyond. Live streams are something they might pick up in the future, but we've got our notification bell on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much as we can as far as content goes as well. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonders coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They've actually got quite a few, so we'll look at those. Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder 2.0. And this creator now is at 39 subscribers on this particular channel, but they've got a few more, so they'll likely get a boost pretty quick. They put up a video a few weeks ago. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. When we look at Kid Wonder's Life of Wonder, we're going to find Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder. It's been recently renamed. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Kid Wonder has actually been so supportive as a creator that we have featured them. They were the first channel to be featured out of the Tuber Chat family and featured on episode number 2, if you can imagine, over 3 years ago. And now after all this time and 600 episodes of Tuber Chat, they're still coming back to support other creators. I'm just going to show you Kid Wonder's gaming and live stream. And I think this is also Kid Wonder and Rosie's gaming and live stream. And, oh, I didn't think of it. I know why the super chat thing is not working. I'll explain it in a quick second here. Kid Wonder's, Kid Wonder and Rosie's gaming live stream is a channel I've collaborated with Kid Wonder on. I'm just going to grab their latest video here and put it in my catch-up list as well. He's monetized. We played that 8-ball pool game on his channel for about an hour a while ago. I'll show you the mukbang show with Kid Wonder. This is where he brings mukbang style videos, which are very much a huge category on YouTube, from our friend Kid Wonder, and then Kid Wonder presents in random news. We'll see what they've got going on here as well. Just a few videos, but we'll see if they're going to continue with that channel. So, I dropped a link again for our raid. Mike and Rihanna's adventures are likely already live, so we'll go over there and raid them. Anybody can hop in there and trickle in as you'd like. We'll go over there together after another little while. I'll leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes or so. I'm going to add 2 names to the wheel right now from our chat list based on who's been most active and who is still here. And we'll see if I can refresh some windows in the background. Chocolate Drop is coming up right now. This creator has an inside joke with me. They call me Mr. Customer Service. I'm sure that's because of my voice. But they're also a very dynamic creator, and I've been lucky to catch them a few times now on live streams. So they're streaming frequently, as you can see, just about every other day. Hopefully I'll catch them again very soon. But they also bring us out for some gardening, some haul or look around the store type videos. A bit of variety on the channel, and then they've got some shorts as well. These have gotten into well over 2,000 views, 2,400, even 2,500. I'm hoping everybody will connect with Chocolate Drop. Obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. We'll spin the wheel to Crochet Queen. Did we look at that channel already? I think we did, right? Forgive me if I'm mistaken. We might be one channel ahead right now. Yeah, we looked at the Crochet Queen, so I forgot to take them off the wheel. That's okay, we'll spin. And I'm just looking at what I can do about adding a couple of names onto the wheel. Social Couplepreneur will be added right now. And I just ripped off somebody's chance, but let me see if I can go back and figure out what that was. Black Phoenix is coming up right now. Let's see what they've got going on their channel. Let me make sure I'm not making a mistake here. Yeah. So Black Phoenix has been a longtime friend as well. One of the things we want to do with this channel is hit our filters. You can do that on a computer or on a phone. Make sure we get our Black Phoenix. You can match that avatar right there. We know they got 279 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 300 that they're thinking about. And thank you again, Scratch and PPA. I'm trying to race, but my dear goodness, I should have probably cut it earlier. I said I was going to talk about the Super Chat thing. So what happens is when Super Chat is too busy now, and I know that sounds ridiculous, so thank you everybody, because I really do appreciate it, but when it gets to an overwhelming point, we're not going to be able to get through channels. What I do is make the stream unlisted. I usually do it after the first couple of hours, if necessary, if we're not going to be able to get through everybody. When you make a public stream unlisted, apparently the Super Chats disappear. So that's why, and I wasn't thinking of it earlier, that's why sometimes there's a glitch, but that might be why. A couple of creators mentioned they can't give a super chat right now. It's impossible. We just learned that the other day, or I did, but that's the reason. So I usually make it public again, certainly after the live stream or towards the end, or if things calm down. But obviously my voice can only take 3 hours. We can't go much farther, otherwise I'll have to not be here tomorrow. We don't want to do that. So Black Phoenix has got some new videos. I'm going to take the latest one, put it in my catch-up list. This creator's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for probably well over 2 years. It could be approaching 3 now already. They mix up the gameplay on their channel. They got some shorts here that have gotten into well over 1,000 views, one over 1,800, and then live streams are frequent on the channel. They mix up a bit of the gameplay here as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up on the screen. Social Couplepreneur's been added to the wheel. Jesse Miller unboxing and more is coming up. Broken Hearts Ministry is coming up on the screen right now. And we still got a few channels to go through, and I will leave this live stream running for an extra 3 minutes so we can clean up our connections here before we go over to the raid at Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. So Broken Hearts Ministry is actually brought to us by a dear friend, Gail's Southern Living and Gail's Crafts and Coupons. This creator is a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, somebody who I know truly has my back personally in the YouTube streets, but somebody who is an advocate for helping others grow. She's built one of the biggest collaborations I've seen in the Tuber Chat family. It might be the biggest at 69 subscribers, I think last year, was, or 79. It was an unbelievable amount of creators for the Fall Fest 2022 giveaway. They're doing it again for 2023. You can read about that or watch that in her video on this channel. Broken Hearts Ministry is where she brings another important message, but it's from our very much loved Gail Southern Living. She's got some live streams over here as well, and I've just got her latest video that's been added to my catch-up list. I'm just going to show you one of her other channels here. Can't remember for the life of me. I just saw a shout-out video for her as well. I don't want to make the mistake of saying the wrong name. I forget where it was. Gail Southern Living is one of her other 2 channels. I'm just going to take her latest video over here. She wants to help us with saving money and homesteading activities on both of her other channels. She also, like I said, is an advocate for helping others grow. She'll introduce us to more creators. She's got some shorts over here that have gotten into over 4,600 and even 18,000 views. Wow. And working on 2,600 subscribers. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. She's got another channel called Gail's Crafts and Coupons as well. I usually look at 2 of a creator's channels when they're up here. The exception is Kid Wonder, because he has multiple memberships actually. So that's why I go through like all of his channels. He literally goes way too far when it comes to supporting, which I appreciate, of course. Social Couplepreneur is here. They've actually got 2 channels as well. One of them we know comes in frequently. So this is Social Couplepreneur here, and they're going to bring us family, food, and travel. But they also happen to be travel agents. I've got their latest video on my catch-up list. They've got some shorts, bringing a bit of variety here, getting into over 4,400 views. Live streams have been occasional, but they just did one a couple of days ago, which is great. Hopefully I'll catch them for the next one. And then when we look at their other channel, it's Blue House Travels, Travel Services. And here it is right here, and this is where they're going to bring us a little more travel. This channel's meant to promote their travel business, so anybody can reach out to them here. They got 104 subscribers here. They, like I said, just use this channel to promote the travel business more than anything else. They've been unbelievably generous, loyal, and dedicated supporters for a long time. So, 3 more names. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here. I'm going to drop the link one more time for Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. Please say Superchat Raid when you get over there. And we'll continue here for a few more minutes, and I'll let the stream run for 3 extra minutes when we're done, so you can clean up your connections here before you go over there. Poppin' the Popcorn is Katie, and I will drop her link right now. Actually, if anybody did have trouble finding it, we want to match the avatar when we're looking for a channel with any kind of a popular name or popular words in their name. Poppin' the Popcorn has 939 subscribers right now, so she must be excited about being on the road to 1K. We see some shorts on the channel, so we'll look at those first, but we know that this creator brings movie reviews more than anything else, as well as she gets involved in StreamYard panels. She's got over 1,200 and 1,600 views on a couple of these. Live streams are frequent. We've got a notification on for one coming up in a week or 2. And then videos are where this channel shines, and Katie from Poppin' the Popcorn is going to give us movie reviews here more than anything else. So hopefully everybody will enjoy this. I know you'll enjoy the support that comes back from her. And she's here with us frequently in Tuber Chat as well. Let's spin the wheel. Hilda DC, a beloved and dedicated moderator, is coming up. She's one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 6 years on YouTube. When you watch her content, whether it's video shorts or live streams, you'll find positive affirmations coming both from this creator and even the robots that she gets involved, like Nightbot. She's also got special effects on the screen. She brings vlogs, challenges, mukbang style product reviews, weird food combinations, and lots of live streaming. She hops in with others on other StreamYard panels as well, and I've joined her many times, both on her channel and others. She is a very strong-willed creator who stands behind and beside her community. Very much so, and as a moderator here in Tuber Chat, one of the traits that she carries is an overwhelming sense of generosity. They all have that. It's probably what drives me to them, or draws me to them, but like our other moderators, Hilda DC will allow you to meet more friends and family members in exactly the same way that we do here whenever you visit her for premieres and live streams. She often has a fast-rolling chat, one of the fastest in the Tuber Chat family. Vibrant conversation, always 2,300 in her short, 6,000, and one breakout short over 47,000 views, and a live stream coming up in what might be a few days, another week from now or so. So hopefully everybody will connect with her and push her towards the 2,500 subscribers she's thinking about. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there, and that's Hilda DC. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. If you haven't already, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up on the way out. Please don't forget to give Mike and Rihanna's Adventures a thumbs up on the way in. We'll go over there and raid in another moment. I'll leave this live stream running for an extra few minutes. Thank you to our moderators for hanging out, especially overtime. I tried to reel that in, but again, today we slipped a little bit. We're back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, and right now we're looking at Jesse Miller unboxings and more. This is another longtime friend who actually spent hours with me last weekend on my personal channel doing a different kind of live stream, for which I'm grateful, but she's been a friend for years. She does unboxings and more, as you can expect. Her shorts have gotten into 1,200 and 2,200 views. Live streams are occasional on the channel. We'll see if she's going to pick those back up. And like I said, a longtime friend. And it's nice to be last, isn't it, Jesse Miller? So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent. Let's go over and raid Mike and Rihanna's Adventures. And I'll see everybody over there. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.